Defending ESFL Undisputed Champion of the World,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back. Welcome. If you didn't hear me before previously, I just want to say hello. It is me, Bruce Lee Rob. I'm joined here today by the one and only the gangster, the one who streams post events every day, Boiler. Find him on Twitch. How you doing today, Boiler?
Rob, I'm stoked to be in the booth with you, man. We're rolling here in this undisputed season, week 5, 7 weeks of regular season for our finale on the 8th week. So it's getting down to crunch time, buddy.
Yes, it is. It is getting very dicey in here. We're having a lot of fights, a lot of people, competitors trying to fight to get their spot and get their standings. And it's going to be another good one. And if we wanted to, we could possibly get that fight card on the screen for you
Do
guys,
it.
maybe, and check this out and talk through it. Let's go ahead and do that because we have so many good fights, so many talented competitors going after each other tonight. And check the fight card there, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. We have the Woke Spokesman versus S. Oh, we have a little bit of a problem here. The fight card's not actually up, but I know it by the top of my head, Boiler. It's easy.
You know what today's
It's
going to be,
easy.
Rob?
Look, we're
Today.
swapping easy. We just got all the fight cards on deck. We have wordlife versus Game Over, Royszn versus Pablo Grips, Talent versus JMMA. Losooo versus Bone doing work, kyoungbutta versus Jobe. So many good ones. Boiler, if you had to select one fight tonight, which one would it be? Which one are you the most excited for as you are probably wrangling right now as we speak?
Yeah, so today's going to be called the Murphy's Law. When anything can go wrong, everything will go wrong. But we're still pushing through on ESFL. So the real card will be shown, and we're going to go through it right now. First off, we got wordlife and woke sports fan, the battles of the defeated, but one of them's going to get a dub today, or we'll see. We had a few draws this week, but we got wordlife versus woke sports fan. Unfortunately, TLG Legend and Game Over. Game Over had to pull out at the last second, so Legend will get 2 points for the forfeit win. But looks like all our other fights are on track. We got kyoungbutta and King Diaz, JMMA and Royszn, Jobe versus Bone doing work. And then look at these co-main, co-main, and the main events. In the co-co, we got PryPry versus UncleTalent, Addict85 versus FightNightsFinest, and Losooo versus EyeGameUWatch in the finale. So let me say, man, any of those guys in those last 3 matchups could win this whole tournament. So we really want to see how they get into form here this week, Rob. But I think some of the big answers will be the guys in the middle of the pack. Are they going to be able to make that push for that 6th, 7th, 8th position, right?
Yeah, for sure. You see a lot of guys with 5 points, 4 points, and you also got to see the zeros there on Losooo and EyeGameUWatch. Neither competitor has tasted defeat, and we're going to see them collide in the main event. Addict also yet to be defeated. FightNightsFinest is going to be testing him. He has 1 loss. Of course, the legendary Pryoxis is here tonight, and it's unfortunate we didn't get to see TLGLEGEND because he was someone I was very much looking forward to watching. He did get a win last week, Boiler, but yeah, such a great event. And I wonder, are these fights ready? Are we ready to jump in to fight number 1? Oh my goodness. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for a good show.
You're going to get a behind the scenes look at how we run it here as well, because I'm going to be wrangling in the background. So I'm telling these boys right now, woke sports fan, word life, please lock in and let's go.
Here we go. There is the fight there, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like they are going to be picking the welterweight division. You see Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford possibly being hovered over. The woke sports fan playing as Terrence Crawford, and wordlife, who has still not yet gotten a win. Boiler, he is desperate. He is urgent for a win. He wants one badly. So talented. I'm so glad he didn't retire, but I don't know. Do you think that he can possibly pull it off today?
I think he could pull it off, but it's really tough to say. Both of them have had fight of the night contenders, or even in wordlife's case, he's gotten fight of the night, and all of the decisions that they've lost have just been like razor thin, maybe lost by 1 or 2 rounds. So I do know I'd give wordlife the better pedigree in overall combat esports. He's fought the best of the best, even though he's 0-4. This is a new game. Woke sports fan doesn't necessarily have that pedigree, but hey, that's why they fight it out, man.
As the great Kingsley would say, Boiler, someone's O has to go. And wordlife and wordlife and woke sports fan both yet to taste a sweet victory under the bright lights of ESFL. And today, I think one of them is going to get that crown of losing the donut. Homer Simpson's coming in; he's eating one of them, and I don't know you know, who's it going to be? But I'm excited because they're both very talented. It just shows how stacked your wheelhouse is, your barn of fighters, Boiler.
So we did hand select the entire roster this go around. We picked about 18 guys that we wanted in, and we've been rotating them in and out. I think there's been a couple surprises about, I would say actually wordlife going 0-4 was one of the bigger surprises in my opinion. But it's so cool to bring some of this new blood in, like EyeGameUWatch and Losooo and Jobe. All those guys haven't fought in the ESFL before, so this gives their chance to show what they got in a different game and Undisputed. And yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun. So unfortunately, we're waiting for Woke Sportsfan to lock in. He's not locking in. I don't know what is going on here, man. So come on, people. We got to get it together here on the ESFL. So I got to do a fight 3 ready to go. It'll be Diaz versus kyoungbutta. We're hoping to get wordlife and Woke Sportsfan in first, but if they don't actually lock in, guess what? We're going to have to skip them and potentially demerit them. I don't know what to say. I don't want to talk about myself right now. Rob, you go ahead and give us a little more thoughts while I get these people together. And yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, guys. So if you don't know too much about wordlife, let me educate you about him. He's a longtime esports fight league vet. He's competed so much, and now he's putting on the gloves, and he's been trying his best, but he's kind of had a rough season. But he's one of the most talented strikers that I've ever seen. He's just now deciding not to retire. There was some controversy. He was kind of down on himself, you know, going 0-3, but now he's 0-4 and he's still here. So he's been training very, very hard. So the Woke Sports Fan's going to have his hands full tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But
they're off, man.
There we go. Here it is.
All we
are ready
needed,
to go.
baby.
The button has been pressed, and we are ready to get into this fight, ladies and gentlemen. Out there, let's go.
There you go. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. Sorry for the slow start, a little technical difficulties and everything, but we're going to be going full cylinder right from here on out. I'm telling you what, we got this Woke Sports Fan and wordlife, and right after that, we're going to kyoungbutta and Diaz, and we'll be off to the races. So, it was Terrence Crawford and Canelo, right, Rob? They stuck with those?
Yep. I believe so. I did not see when they selected, but we are about to find out. Ryan Garcia's beautiful face on screen.
Okay, I don't think anyone did like a last second change, you know, little like head games or whatever. Sometimes we see that, especially in the UFC, like at the last second, yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And if that is the matchup, that's pretty tough, man. That's a tough one for Canelo to go against because Crawford's so fast, to be honest. Back to us. We had another crash. So
another crash. It's okay because I'm about to smash and I'm about to dash on this mic right now because, you know, this event is very awesome, and you were talking about earlier, Boiler, how cool it was to be able to hand select and also getting some new competitors into, the ESFL for these boxing events, and it's just so entertaining because EyeGameUWatch, he's obviously a born entertainer. Pryoxis, a born entertainer. When you have all these guys and you're bringing them in, they got these TikTok pages. All the crowd is coming in, so it's nice to have these guys bringing in the heat, and I'm looking forward to some pelvic thrusting later tonight.
Yeah, man. That's a good one, man. I don't even know what to say after that. All I gotta say is these dudes have been crushing it. This new blood really is showing the ESFL vets, like, look what we're bringing to the table. And by the way, we had a UFC 5 announced. And are these guys going to compete in UFC 5, or is the entire ESFL roster on notice, not just the Undisputed guys? I think that might be a big storyline headed into the next few months, man.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if they're going to be able to train their jiu-jitsu, their grappling, and all the other aspects of UFC. And it seems like the fight is underway. So let's go ahead and jump right back in here, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Woke Sports Fan playing Terrence Crawford in the red, and we have Canelo Alvarez being controlled and wielded by wordlife. And this is a big moment. Both of these guys, like I said, don't have wins yet. They are hungry, they are thirsty, and they are dehydrated, and they are in the Serengeti desert, Boiler, and they're getting sunburned, baby. Do you got the sunscreen, or?
Oh man, I need a lot of sunscreen. Trust me, you can tell I get burned up real quick. Give me that sunscreen. I'm gonna need it. All right, man. I'll tell you, this is one of the more fun matchups, to be honest. Canelo versus Crawford. They're both elite, and they both got their kind of strengths and weaknesses against each other. And I guess the question is, are they going to come out hot, or are they both a little tentative because they don't want to lose so quick? We'll find out, Rob.
Yeah, usually wordlife comes out very patient, stationary in the middle, lets his opponent sort of dictate the pace. But today maybe he would like to come a little bit more aggressive. Woke sports fan with Terrence Crawford fighting off of his back foot, just coming in, popping in the jab. Both guys hooking. Ooh, wordlife with a nice left hook to the body as well. And these two just kind of feeling each other out in round number one, trying to keep their heart rate low, trying to maintain their strategy, trying to keep those jitters down, because whenever you're in the ESFL, you know that a lot is on the line. It's a little bit different than just playing in your boxers in the middle of your basement. You know what I'm saying, Boiler?
For sure, man. No, for sure. So I've had a short and not necessarily successful, nice shot there. That was a good punch by Woke Sports Fan. Career in the ESFL, and I was the first fight on the prelims, and I was getting jitters, right? And I had a couple losses. I'll say I almost beat Swiss, but I ended up losing on a couple loss streak. And man, when I was looking at that 0-2, I was like, man, it might be the first fight of the undercard, but I need this win bad. I was like some of the most jitters I've had for quite a while, especially in a video game, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And those jitters are so, amazing after you get the win, because it's just so exciting, but it's also very pressing when you lose and you get embarrassed in front of so many people, and it's just a tough one. But as the round comes to a close, you're seeing wordlife implementing those power body shots with Canelo Alvarez and doing some good work right now, also using that work. But I haven't really seen anyone using that new horizontal peekaboo Mike Tyson lunges that are new to the game. I don't know if we saw it last week, so I wasn't here, Boiler, but yeah, round number one concluded.
I was going to say, Rob, I feel like that's one of the best additions they've made since launch. I'm not saying there's a couple balancing issues with it, but generally it's clean. It works well. It looks good. It does allow you to change things up a little bit. So it's not just, forward, back, left, right. Like having that diagonal and being able to switch it up with your foot movements. Really cool.
Yeah, 100%. It's a great addition. Also, you can sneak underneath, looping hooks and stuff and really make your opponent pay. I think wordlife just implemented it right there, and he's kind of trapping the Woke Sports Fan in that corner, doing a good job, not following him, but maybe cutting them off a bit right and left. And another stiff straight punch. But the return by Woke Sports Fan right there at the right hand, and they're swinging here. It's starting to heat up in round number two.
Yeah, wordlife's really reaching and pawing with that left hook and catching them on the end of it. Very nice there. I don't know if he'll go to the well a little bit too much on that, might get punished. But yeah, Word's been using some of that little diagonal movement, been kind of popping some of those counter jabs. I think he's winning this round here.
Yeah, he is feeling himself. He's already in the flow state. You can tell. Boom, another left hook lands after that jab. Wordlife doing very well, very accurate, very patient. And the Woke Sports Fan a little out of range on some of these punches, missing, whiffing. And whenever you whiff in games like this, that's taking stamina away from your pool. And these boxing games are so methodical throughout the course of 10 rounds. You really need to be careful and strategize throughout. And both these guys doing, decently. But yes, wordlife just a little bit better here in these early rounds.
Yeah, he's doing. I feel like he might maybe started a little slow, but this round he's definitely doing some work. I'm really glad we were able to get this fight. I was concerned when they were responding as quick as they needed to, and big shot. That was nice. But I knew both these guys, they got skill. I don't care if none of them have a win yet. Big shot. I like it, man.
Connection.
I'm having a lot of fun watching this.
Wordlife hurts him at the end of that round, stings him, I think, with a left hook. Early damage being dealt.
He's really working that left hook, man. It's nice stuff.
Yeah, it's beautiful work so far from wordlife, and that's what you want to see from wordlife, an early advantage round number two. But sometimes in this game, when you rock your opponent, the judges don't always give you the round, so it's very strange when you're in there. But wordlife doing well, coming forward, putting on the aggression. Uppercut connects right on to the dome piece of again and again that uppercut is landing, Boiler.
Yes, one really cool thing about this game is certain punches kind of have different, animations or length, and wordlife's really using the right types of punches at the right time to close that gap with Crawford and then back out. So he's controlling that range really nicely.
He really is, and you keep seeing him using that new diagonal movement on that right side to kind of sneak under Crawford's hook and then pop him with a good shot. What's the official term for this movement? Diagonal movement, peekaboo style? What are we calling it here, Boiler?
They call it diagonal dodge. I kind of like the peekaboo style, though. That's kind of like if you see Floyd Patterson, Rocky Marciano with that, they're like, they're churning with it. But Canelo has some of the best head movement and, you know, oof, nice. He is definitely, for this weight class, one of the best at it.
Definitely. Canelo Alvarez is so good, so powerful, such a great inside fighter. And right here, wordlife just kind of resting on his laurels a little bit from round number 2, just staying calm, cool, collected. Another connection there. Straight punch lands. Combinations coming a little bit more for wordlife, flowing nicely here, keeping that block up, body shots. They're exchanging, and WokeSportsFan's doing a pretty good job, you know, popping that jab out there with Terrence Crawford. But there's the heated exchange in the middle again.
Nice. Wordlife's looking really good today, man. He's using that right hand when they're up close to punish his opponent, and then he's using that left hand, that lead hand, to really keep that distance. So he's kind of mixing them up nicely, keeping them off balance.
Yeah, he is. He's doing a phenomenal job. But look at that jab there, Boiler. I mean, that jab is just a piston. Ooh, but the left hook returning. They're exchanging in the pocket here, throwing bombs. And we go to round number 4.
After the bell there. They're heated, man.
Yo.
Ref's about to get knocked out if he gets too close in there to break it up.
Oh, that would be sweet to watch, man. Just the ref just get dropped.
They got to add that, man, like 1 out of 1,000 chance. Nah. Anyway, I thought that was a round for wordlife, but closer than the second. So I don't know. I think wordlife's winning right now, but that doesn't mean much nothing. And well, look, the judges don't necessarily agree with me, but sometimes they're wrong. Yeah, it is boxing judges and a video game judges. So, hey, I think it's pretty even. It could be anyone's fight to win or lose right now.
Yeah, they obviously are serving alcohol to these judges before every single fight in Undisputed. They need to sober these judges up. But round number 4, here we go. Right hand, left hand. wordlife throwing some heat here. But Terrence Crawford, WokeSportsFan's got to find some confidence after that combi box score, being up 29-28. One judge saying you're winning. That's always a big mental reinforcement when you see that. And also, it could kind of be a detriment if you're on the losing end of that, you know, combi box. But Boiler, I know when I see it and I'm like, dang it, I'm down, it kind of changes my strategy a little bit, which is why open scoring is kind of cool.
No, I do like it, and yeah, it's definitely not accurate at all times, but it can give you a general sense, especially if you're like down 6 rounds to 0. You know, you're definitely not winning. At least you gotta bring it up, but you also can't get psyched out by it sometimes.
True.
Because if you're using your strategy and it's going deeper and deeper, and you're getting the momentum, but you start freaking out, hey man, you might blow that lead, and vice versa. So
yeah, you gotta stay cool, you gotta stay calm and collected. Ooh, another little peekaboo there from wordlife on that right side, and wordlife's left hand, his lead uppercut, his left hook has been absolutely money, going to the body, and WokeSportsFan trying to defend himself, trying to keep Canelo at bay, at range with that left jab from Terrence Crawford. A little out of range though with those shots. And again, wordlife with the left hand connection. Boiler, who's winning this round?
I can see wordlife winning potentially on volume, but this seems a lot closer. No one's really been hurt as much. WokeSportsFans have been adjusting a little better. So in my gut, I would say wordlife still probably won this round, but very close one. Now, wordlife finishing like that, though, can really tip it into balance, you know?
Yeah, wordlife's got that new movement down, locked and loaded. It's in his ammunition, it's in his magazine, and he is letting it fly in round 4. And now, round number 5, that is where it can get a little weird, because it could be 3-1, it could be 2-2. It's important for these guys to start building here in round number 5. Here we go. The two come to the center of the ring. Couple 1-2s from wordlife. Left hooks being exchanges. Right hand down the pipe like a piston. Oh, the movement, the head movement from WokeSportsFan looking good.
And it's I think they're going to start really turning it up here a little bit more. The first few rounds, they were truly boxing, and I like to see that, you know, but I got a feeling both of them are going to have to start throwing a little bit more leather. Problem is, if WokeSportsFan does that, I think it'll really go into Word's advantage, because we've already seen Canelo rock him once, right? And like that big shot right there, for example. So he just has that power. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what WokeSportsFan does here.
That straight punch. Oh, combination. Beautiful 4-punch combination by wordlife. Rattling SportsFan. Terrence Crawford does have power, but I don't know if it's as much as Canelo. He's swinging. A little bit of a whiff on that left hand. And WokeSportsFan trying to use a little bit of a footwork to come in, come out, make him swing, make him miss, pop him with that jab. But wordlife is fighting very well again with that peekaboo on the right side. Left hook again. connects Boiler, and it seems like this round, wordlife is just landing some good power shots on that left hand.
Yeah, this can be real frustrating if you're in Woke Sports fans' shoes. I've been there before, trust me. You know you're slipping behind. Oh, big shot. You want to get more aggressive, but that also leads you to get countered even worse, like we mostly have been seeing here. Still got a long way to go, though. I mean, the fifth round's just now ending. Boxing is a lot longer than UFC, so you have a little bit of time to make adjustments and win, but on the other hand, it seems like Word's gaining the momentum here.
Yeah, for sure. In UFC, you have sometimes 5 rounds, sometimes 3 rounds, but there's a lot less pauses, a lot less time to get your, big shots by wordlife connects as the round is concluded, and that's another round where he finishes strong. And wordlife is starting to land bombs after bombs here. He is launching missiles, and they are landing on target.
He is, and he's kind of, like you said, towards the end of the round, letting loose a little bit more. He's really working his opponent, kind of frustrating him early on. Yeah, scoring some damage, but at the end, he's like, all right, now it's time to throw those 4, 5, 6 punch combos.
Definitely, and the comfortability I'm sensing, wordlife settling into this fight. Ooh, but eats a vicious body shot by Terrence, a little check body shot there, swing and a miss. And wordlife's done such a good job at keeping the center of this ring and making Woke Sports Fan kind of fight on the outside. And again, that left hand flies. They're exchanging again on the middle. Oh, big shots being exchanged. Boiler, what a fight so far.
So usually I'm Canelo against Crawford, and
okay.
I'm learning some really nice things wordlife's pulling out to close that distance. That's where I would have trouble against someone from Crawford who would use those straights and jabs to keep me at distance. But that diagonal, first off, wordlife's really using that diagonal to good effect, but he's also using, like I said earlier, the punch selections, that particular uppercut and hook with his lead hand. Both of those really can get out there and touch him. You see that?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. He's very accurate with those shots, and again, like you said, that peekaboo on that right side connects with the left hook. He's using it phenomenally, and those uppercuts are hard to land in Undisputed, and the fact that he's accurately just sniping him with that left hand shows that wordlife has been working on his game. He's coming in confidently, but wow, Woke Sports Fan, he's stinging him with that jab like a bee. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, though, but look at the left hook. Man, that thing is landing smoothly for wordlife.
It is. Word's just, I think he had the perfect game plan coming in. To be honest, there's a few big counters he's kind of opened up with that directional, and he missed just because he was a little too close to his opponent. That's one thing I do like about Undisputed a lot, is not every punch freaking lands. Sometimes in the UFC franchise, like these are like cruise missile guided punches and kicks that always land. Here, you got to be somewhat accurate, or you'll go, either over your opponent or come up short.
Right. There's heat seekers in the UFC.
Yeah. A little bit sometimes, especially the spin and shit, as they call it.
Yo, what about Undisputed, though? Sometimes you get those ghost phantom punches, and you're like, what just hit me? It's bamboozling, But round number 6.
The worst, man. That is bad.
It is.
Holy cow, look at this scorecard, though. What do you think of that, Rob? They're calling it tied up there.
Hey, it's a close fight, 57-57, round number 7. This is important rounds. These later rounds are very, very, very important, and I know wordlife realizes it. The Woke Sports Fan realizes it, and they're really going to try to bite down on their mouthpieces and be tactical. And they keep coming to the center, and I feel like that would benefit, Alvarez more.
For sure.
That sort of style.
Sure. Sports fan, being a coach from the commentary booth, easy to do, but if I had to give him a little cornering advice, it would be to try to stay on his back foot a little bit more. Now, it's hard to do when Word's fighting so effectively, but clashing in the middle probably not going to work so well.
Dang. Uppercut for wordlife. Still maintain that center, jabs him. Woke Sports Fan trying to fight off the barrage, the tactical barrage, these big bombs by Canelo Alvarez, kind of bouncing back, staying at distance, maybe listening to your advice, coming in to try to pop him, but every time that left hook is there, that uppercut is there. Oh, a body shot. Oh, man, wordlife is letting his combinations fly in round number 7.
He is, man. He's like, all right. Well, okay, here's a question, and really a thought as well, is would you be freaking out a little bit if you were Word and you're like, man, I feel like I'm fighting so well, I'm only tied, do I need to, or would you be like, no, I need to just stay the course, I'm doing the right thing, don't worry about that?
Yeah, that's a hard question because he's done this in the past and he's gotten losses because the judges. So definitely, I know it's in the back of his head. He wants to finish the. If I was wordlife, I would come forward and I would try to finish this guy because I'm never leaving the fight in the hands of the judges, especially in Undisputed. And here we go, though. 5 seconds left. And the round is coming to a close. We're going to see a round number 8. And wordlife always seems to put the pedal to the metal at the end of these rounds.
He really does. He finishes strong. I like to see it. I know both. You brought this up. I think it was a great point. Being a little bit scared or a little bit of PTSD from the judges. I know both of these guys are concerned because they both lost almost every one of their fights by super close decisions. So, yeah, I know Word doesn't want to go to the cards if at all possible.
You definitely do not want to go to the cards. But big shot by wordlife. Here he goes. He goes right to the bell.
Shot.
Rings the bell. Down he goes. The WokeSportsFan on his face. And that's what you want to see from wordlife. Down he goes. Can he get up, Boiler? 6, 7. Yes, he's up.
Ooh, he's up, but his bell has to be rung a bit, man. That was a beautiful uppercut for the finish and just great work by Word, man. That was legit. Now,
right off the bat, left hook, Boiler. Oh, he's running right after left hook, right hook, straight. He's just attacking with sheer force.
So, Rob, since you last did a card, there was a patch. And not only did it add the directional movement, but it added a little bit more damage, a little bit more critical zone damage, and a little bit, like it takes a little longer to recover when you're hurt, like we've seen. Crawford WokeSportsFan just went straight in there and one shot put him back in a rock state. So you got to be a little more careful maybe.
And we also have modified rules still, right? 1.5, 1.5. So it's even more damage in the Esports Fight League. So you really have to be careful. And also they did, they put 10% more drain on punches. So your stamina is not going to last as long either, right, Boiler?
Absolutely. I still think the damage and stamina are a little light, even at the 1.5 times. But it's better than the last patch. And I feel like it's in the right direction. We've seen some good rocks here and some real nice combos in boxing. And so I feel like this is a pretty good set here.
Yeah, it's been a good fight. Again and again, look at those uppercuts being flown out there by wordlife. But WokeSportsFan, in the midst of the chaos, is finding a way to move his head and stay out of the range of the kill shot. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just finished round number 8. We're going into round number 9. And these are crucial rounds for the WokeSportsFan because he's obviously losing this fight after that 10-8 round.
He is. He's got to be down. Even CompuBox just got to say he's down after a 10-8 like that. So let's just be fair. Let's just be truthful. Neither of these guys are making the Elite 8 tournament, but they both want this dub. Question is Word going to start being a lot more defensive to lock in that, points decision? Or is what I think he's going to do, have that warrior spirit. He wants that finish, and he wants to have the crowd to have some fun. He knows he's not going to make it to the playoffs, so at least make a banger out of it,
Yeah, that's what you want to see. Put on a show, get some fans, and unfortunately, he has no chance, but still putting on a very good fight to open up this card. And now you're seeing wordlife pop forward, throw that left hook, but oh my goodness, here comes WokeSportsFan, popping him with the jab, spamming that straight, running right at him. The body shots are there. wordlife needs to move. No, he's down.
It ain't over yet. Commentary curse. That's all my fault. It's all my fault.
Dang you, Boiler. wordlife's my friend.
Dude, I'm the worst at commentary curses, I swear. All right, man, we got to assume it's pretty much an even fight again, I suppose. WokeSportsFan came out perfectly to start that. He was hitting him at the end of his jab and straight at the perfect distance. So he needed a little bit more of that.
He does. He's starting to fire that straight down the pipe, and that thing is landing again and again. Now wordlife a little rattled here, it seems, throwing punches out of the ordinary. And look, it just seems like the WokeSportsFan's fighting in rhythm now. Using his footwork, coming forward, making wordlife miss and sniping him down with that straight. But now wordlife putting on the pressure again, doing what he did early. Left hand lands. Here he comes. He's putting on that pressure, Boiler. And WokeSportsFan trying his best to fight him off.
What a stiff jab, man. Maybe WokeSportsFan, when he goes back and looks at the tape on this round, he's like, man, I should have been trying to land that jab at distance earlier. I know he probably was trying, but he's succeeding now.
Yeah, he is. Ooh, connection, left hook, right hand down the pipe. Wow, what a round. Maybe one of the most exciting rounds so far. And there we go. Round number 9 concluded. Round number 10, here we come. The final round of this wild fight, this wild opening to our wonderful event today, Boiler. And these guys are showcasing some skills, and they're putting on a damn show for the crowd.
They are. That's why I was just like so worried we were going to lose this fight. I knew it'd be like one of the more fun ones of the night because neither of these guys got nothing to lose except their pride, and they wanted a dub. And I will say that they've both been fighting quite technical as well. It's not just a, some spam fest or either of them running away. No, this has been very enjoyable to watch.
It has. These guys both very, very good. You could tell the peekaboo again for wordlife on that right side. Big shots land. No, 4-punch combination. Here comes wordlife. Only a sliver left on WokeSportsFan. 1 punch. Oh my goodness, of the barrage as he goes down. WokeSportsFan. I don't think he's getting up, boy. That was nasty.
That's going to be tough. I think he can get up this last time. I think he's gonna. That's a little slow though. Nope. I think that was a kind of a slow count there. It looked like that was 10.5 instead of 7, but there we go. He's up.
And we saw that wordlife after he gets knocked down, he comes, he smells blood, he's like a shark in the water, and here we go again and again. He's throwing bombs down the pipe, and he needs to pursue the finish. It's very important.
Oh man, beautiful stuff. Yeah, man. I guess this is the last round. It's do or die for both of them. They both want the win, but they both want to go out with a knockout if possible, especially Words. So here we go, man. 1 minute to go. Here we go, man.
1 minute to go in the corner. Wordlife throwing haymakers. WokeSportsFan using that movement to the left, trying to escape that corner. And wordlife again uses that beautiful combination. Big damage. Woke has to back up a bit.
Man, aren't you? You like this little diagonal movement, don't you? Can't you tell? It really opens the game up a bit, huh?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a game changer to be able to cut off your opponent, to sneak under and kind of take a nice angle with a power shot. Oh, I love doing it. And so does wordlife. And it looks like wordlife is going to go ahead and win this one on the judges' scorecards. We'll see, though.
We will see. We've seen crazier stuff, but I think it's got to be Word, too.
Hey,
there we go, man.
There it is.
Word. Congrats, Word. You made it happen, buddy. Love you.
Finally turned that 0 into a breadstick. And as he could tell his parents, his girlfriend, whoever, I finally got a win in Undisputed. I did it. Mama, I did it.
But look how close it was.
I know.
So much respect to WokeSportsFan for, kind of getting behind a little bit, at best tied up. And he dropped them in that, at that 8th round, or what was it? No, the 9th round. Terrence Crawford, WokeSportsFan, dropped wordlife. So it was really good to see WokeSportsFan, not give up, persevere, try to get that dub. But hey, congrats to wordlife, man. You got it. You made it happen, buddy.
Yep, congratulations to wordlife. And yes, WokeSportsFan fought tremendously well, fought back, facing a little bit of adversity, and it was such a back and forth fight. But wordlife was able just to edge him out here just a little bit and finally get that win. Both guys putting on a show to open up this event. Hope you guys enjoyed, but it is not over. We are just getting started, ladies and gentlemen, in the Esports Fight League. This is Undisputed. I'm with Boiler, and I think we are ready for this next fight. Let's talk about these next competitors. We got the legendary player who's been steamrolling everybody in UFC. This is a top 8 finalist at the live event in Las Vegas. The K, the Young, the Butter. He's the type of guy that you want to go to McDonald's with and get some hotcakes because he's smooth, he's buttery. But King 12 Diaz, talk about this guy, Boiler. What do we know about SVG King 12 Diaz?
You know what? He is dedicated. You know why? He had computer issues last week. His computer crashed. His gaming PC in the gutter.
Darn it.
He said, so he didn't fight last week, but he said, you know what? I'll buy an all new gaming PC and I'll be back next week. That's what he told me. And here he is against kyoungbutta. So mad respect for King Diaz. His record, 1 win, 2 losses. kyoungbutta's 1 win, 2 losses, 1 draw. Relatively even records there. And I think, especially for kyoungbutta, if he can get a win, and especially a knockout win, he's still got a shot at the elite 8. Might be tough for Diaz. Missing last week kind of put him behind the 8 ball for sure. But either of them, especially with a finish where you get a bonus point if you get a KO, still might have an outside shot to get to that 8th place to get in that grand finale tournament, man.
Wow, this fight has a A lot of meaning to it then. A lot on the line. Kyoungbutta really needs this win. A KO would be great. Would be the cherry on top with 3 points. King Diaz with 2 points. They want to get to this final 8, ladies and gentlemen. Who wouldn't? And here we go. We're jumping into this fight. They are ready to go. And we are loading up fight number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Who are you rooting for? Tell us in the chat. I don't think we're doing predictions today, Boiler, because that might be insane.
That would be. I can barely keep it together.
Next time, ladies and gentlemen, next time.
Yes. And a little preview for this. In UFC 5, we're going to be these channel points that you're gambling with. Guess what? We're going to be doing some special things with them.
Don't tease me.
Can't give any more details than that. But these
Why
channel
are you teasing me,
will have some damn good value. So always be sure to click the thing, whenever it pops up on Twitch, and we'll get the gambling back next week and beyond, because I know a lot of people love that. It's always a fun thing.
But everybody loves gambling. Everybody loves it. Why wouldn't you? It always puts a little bit more stakes on the event that you're watching. And I must say, these loading times are quite long tonight, aren't they?
Well, yes, I got a feeling we might be frozen on this one, because usually what happens when there's like a 3-second delay, there's like that bug where it counts down to 3 and stops. One guy, it just freezes on that screen and says 3 seconds. The other guy just goes into the infinite fighter loop like we're here on. So we're going to go ahead and have them reset. Again, this is Murphy's Law episode of week 5 for Undisputed. But I swear, when we get the fights going, they've been fun, and we got a hell of a lineup later today. Rob, while I try to make sure things are going okay in the back of the main event, co-main event, and the co-main event, which one are you looking forward to most?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Let's check out these events real quick. Okay, we got Addict 3-0, 7 points against FightNightsFinest, 6 points, 3-1. And then the main event, we have Losooo versus EyeGameUWatch. All right, I have to say, Losooo versus EyeGameUWatch is just more intriguing. Both guys undefeated, both guys clashing. I want to see EyeGameUWatch tested, and I believe he did get tested by Addict. He lost to Addict, I believe, in week 3, and that was a big dub. So, man, the main event, there's so much on the line, and to continue your undefeated streak is going to be very important. So I would have to say that main event is looking extra spicy. If I took a bite of that, I might have to get a gallon of milk and chug it. Go mad style, Boiler. Go mad style.
Man, I tried the gallon milk, drink a gallon of milk as quick as you can challenge. I got it all down. I just wasn't able to keep it down for the full hour. And that was at my prime when I was like 19 years old, I could really do things like that.
Your prime milk drinking age?
Just prime, just doing bad things age. So, I'm a little old now. I don't think my guts would like that. But even then, I couldn't make it happen. So anyone who could drink a cold gallon of milk and keep it down, congratulations. All right, man, they're locked in, baby. Here we go. Come on. Second time's the charm. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Cold glass of milk. And where are you going to keep that cold glass of milk, Boiler? In your refrigerator. And if your refrigerator's broken, who are you going to call? The commercial food equipment industry. And that industry is booming. You can start your career in this field without going to college, making good money right out of training, Boiler. All you got to do is scan that QR code on the banner image during the stream. It's there. And learn about the careers if you're interested. The food service industry is where it's at, baby. But speaking of where it's at, Boiler, we got another fight here, and this one is going to be a banger.
It is. We got Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and we got Kyoungbutta and Diaz. Both these guys are sluggers, so they picked the right type of fighters. They made an agreement. No one was going to pick Ali, so a gentleman's agreement there. Good to see. But yeah, big shout out to the CFESA, Commercial Food Equipment Service Association, sponsoring us. They got a scholarship. We'll talk a little bit more. You can scan that QR code, check that out. And it really is a great opportunity, I think, for folks that don't want to pile up a bunch of student debt. And there'll always be jobs there. Trust me. You're gonna have AI taking over that type of work. So yeah, thanks CFESA. Let's go. Kyoungbutta versus Diaz. Youngbutta on the left.
Here we go. Right away, you're seeing King Diaz with that long Tyson Fury using that range, but right now in the pocket, the little foot movement or the little steps in and out. The footsies from King Diaz. Lightning quick.
Yeah, this is interesting. Both guys are kind of like scooting backwards, forwards, and just kind of running into each other, not really able to get anything off because they're kind of jammed up. I don't know if they're going to be standing toe-to-toe the whole fight, but right now they are. Oh, big shot, Frank. That was nice. That's got to hurt.
Beautiful pull counter from King Diaz, and kyoungbutta maintaining the center of the ring, holding that block up, really looking for the movement. And there's the peekaboo to the left, bam, jab to the face. So far, these two are fighting very well. They're heating up quick. Bang, left hook lands for King Diaz.
Yeah, kyoungbutta, I don't know if he's just getting the bad luck of the hit detection or just King Diaz's defense is so good and he's sidestepping. But all these big shots by kyoungbutta are coming up short. And Diaz has been able to counter it decently. Not a huge amount of damage on either guy, but a couple big shots that I would put King Diaz in the lead for this round, in my opinion.
And when you're in the heavyweight division with all our damage multipliers, with the Big Daddy update, I mean, you have to watch out. You cannot get hit by these guys because it could be lights out. I've seen flash KOs when I've been playing this game lately, and it gets a little wild sometimes. Bang. Big shots on the inside. Beautiful.
So I never used Wilder, but apparently he's got the most buff in this last patch. You know, just like in UFC, there's perks or skills, right? And then there's different levels to those. Well, apparently Wilder's the only one with like level 3 perks right now, tier 3. And so it's all about his right hand and power shots and straights. So he could definitely hurt Fury with a big shot. But you got to hit him first. Diaz was the only one that seemed to be able to get some good shots there.
Body shot on that left side for kyoungbutta. A lot of head movement as well, holding that block up high. Throws out that jab, and the backwards footwork from King Diaz, trying to find that body shot. Moves to the right, boom, body shot, connects. Wordlife kind of moving to that right, trying to, ooh, another right hand lands. Bang, again and again. Spoiler, King Diaz is landing that left body hook.
He is. He's looking pretty tapped down. He got caught there, but otherwise he's really quicker to the punch and also to defense. He's, like I said, his defense is opening up some of those counters. That's key in boxing, especially compared to MMA, because there's only so many weapons you can use. So that extra precision and extra skill set, very fine-tuned, is what you need in boxing.
100%, and you saw that. Oh, you're seeing this round already. Kyoungbutter's opting to throw those power shots by Wilder, a couple of them out of range already, and still maintaining the center of the ring. And King Diaz just, you know, standing his ground, still using that backward step to get out of the range and using the footwork of Tyson Fury. Nice little jab, left hook, staying at range and giving kyoungbutta some problems here.
He is. I feel like kyoungbutter's getting a little frustrated, to be honest. That's a good shot there, though. And again, you got to remember, we're not even done with the second round yet, so you can't be panicking at this point if you're kyoungbutta, but you do need to switch something up.
Left hand lands. He's standing right in front of him. Uppercut, but on the block. Both guys break up a little bit, but they're straight down the pipe. kyoungbutta throwing body shots, standing right in the range, putting a lot of pressure on King Diaz here, but King Diaz performing nicely.
Yeah, man, he is, especially maybe having that week off and getting a new gaming computer was the medicine he needed to kind of retool and reset, you know?
Yeah, new gear always, you know, gives you a little confidence, a little bit more FPS, a little bit more smoothness. And that's what you need when you're facing an athlete like kyoungbutta, and he's gonna build and make adjustments as the fight progresses because he is a damn professional. We're gonna see and learn a lot about King Diaz in this fight. Round number 3, here we go.
Here we go, indeed. Here's the question: we got Ngannou versus Fury announced in this last week. Who you got?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to say Tyson Fury, right? But you know, we're all gonna say, wait, Ngannou's got a puncher's chance, so everyone's gonna watch it. I know I'm gonna watch it. I'm very excited. Oh, yeah. I hope Ngannou wins, but probably not gonna happen.
You know what? I think so too. Plus, Fury was he posted some YouTube thing or something, who knows what is on TikTok, whatever the kids use these days, and he let me tell you, he was just, I don't know, disrespecting people about how much they don't make money, he makes the money and stuff. I'm like, come on, man, that's not what a man of the people do. And Ngannou wouldn't say something like that, so that might be the tiebreaker. And Ngannou, I just, you know, love his story, how he came from nothing, and he's still humble. So Ngannou's who I'm rooting for, but I do think Fury will probably win.
Yeah, Ngannou taking over PFL, creating his own path, with Dana not enjoying it too much, and
No.
Dang. Look at these shots, though. Oh, man. Right hand, left hand lands. kyoungbutta heating up. Right hand again on the temple. King Diaz is eating shots here in round number 3. Big power shots as well. And King Diaz needs to be careful. His block is just down. He's just eating shots for free. What is he doing?
No, to be honest, Rob, I believe. Oh, my gosh. I was thinking maybe he was lagging out. I'm not 100% sure, but whatever happened, he's hurt.
Man, whatever happened is not good for King Diaz because he just ate 8 unanswered shots from one of the hardest punchers in Undisputed. And again, there's the left hand as we conclude round number 3, and that's a big round for kyoungbutta.
Yes, that might be enough to just get him right back in contention, possibly even be winning. But it looks like somehow the judges still gave that to kyoungbutta there. No, okay, exactly. kyoungbutta had that good flurry there. So I don't know. Again, close now. King Diaz allowed him back in, whether that was lag or something else. That allowed kyoungbutta right back in.
And kyoungbutta is on the momentum train again and again. He's coming forward, holding that block up, throwing power punches. There's the check hook. Tyson Fury bouncing around, trying to use his footwork just to stay out of range, moving well, but bang, bang. Big shots from kyoungbutta. The jab is there, snapping the head back from King Diaz. Oh, again and again the jab. Oh, left hook. King Diaz is getting beat up here in round number 4, Boiler.
Yes, kyoungbutta's adjusted very well, and I think he might be starting to get into Diaz's head a little bit just because he doesn't know if they should block, if he should step back, block high, block low, and he's getting caught left and right. I feel like kyoungbutta must have really got some either corner advice or he's just getting pissed off, and now he's fighting better.
He's walking him down. He's walking him down. He smells the blood in the water. Jaws, dun, dun, dun. He's coming, baby. But there's the check body hook right there to back him up a little bit. And he needs more of that. He needs to sting him with those straight punches. He needs to keep him at bay. But that's easier said than done, Boiler.
A lot easier said than done, for sure. Like, just like you said, playing on your couch or playing at your house by yourself or like with a friend. Yeah, that's one thing. But in front of a bunch of people on ESFL, we got hundreds of people watching live and thousands that watch the archive. That's some pressure, man, even for the undercard.
100%. So much pressure. And to be able to perform under that pressure is what makes an esports fight league athlete successful. And, man, the block is so low right now on kyoungbutta. He's coming forward, and King Diaz is constantly chipping away at that block, and he's playing a very dangerous game in there. But kyoungbutta is letting his hands go, and I believe he is doing more damage and also chipping away at the head health of King Diaz as we go to the next round. And right now, 91% on the head health. The stamina's looking pretty good. Round number 5, here we go. You got kyoungbutta in the red, King Diaz in the blue, and more of the same from the previous rounds. Just kyoungbutta walking him down and throwing some body shots, some bombs. They are launching and detonating on each other here.
He is, and I think kyoungbutta realized, hey, I'm kind of halfway in, halfway out. I need to either go all out, forward or play a lot more defensively. He decided to go forward instead. Because, in the first couple rounds, he was a little aggressive, but wasn't following up, so he's just kind of stuck there in no man's land, and that's where he was catching those counters.
Yeah, kyoungbutta is so good at building in his fights and really putting you into a pressure cooker and cooking you like you are a grain of rice, because I fought him a bunch of times, and I'm pretty lethal out there on the sticks, and he is just, he's built different. He's him, Boiler. Right now he's proving it right here, right now. Look at him, boom, body shot by kyoung. Walking him down, Boiler, walking him down.
He was probably the biggest surprise. Maybe it's just I was out of the loop. Oh, big body shot. You felt that one. But at ESFL Live, when kyoungbutta made the Elite 8, I was like, holy cow. I might have heard of this guy online a little bit, but I had no idea he had this quality, because trust me, there were a ton of great fighters that did not make the Elite 8 in Vegas. So I was like, from then on, man, kyoungbutta, got to watch him. He had some good performances in the team's season UFC, but again, struggling a little bit here in Undisputed. Needs this win. Make sure he's still at the top,
Definitely, yeah. He's, big overhand right, just barely misses, letting that stamina recover a little bit. Yeah, I met kyoungbutta, such a cool guy, humble, talented, and he is one of the most dangerous strikers in UFC.
Sure.
And that obviously is translating to Undisputed, because what he relies on is his boxing. in UFC, and there you go, another round. These rounds are so close. You're seeing kyoungbutta coming forward, holding that block up, getting block counters, popping that body shot, and King Diaz really trying to still use that footwork, but that right hand again lands. The hooks are landing in the jabs to the body, the jabs to the head, the footwork from King Diaz trying to keep him in the fight. Right hand lands flush on kyoungbutta, and that block is getting lower and lower. Look, it's in the red state, but kyoungbutta is still just coming forward. And there it is.
Oh, we had a disconnect. That
kyoungbutta with the W
the whole time.
Beautiful dub.
We're gonna have to rematch that, I suppose, because that was the rules are on the first attempt. If it disconnects before the end of the 5th round, you got to have a rematch, and that was the 5th round, not the end. So we're gonna give them one more opportunity. If the next fight disconnects at any time, it'll be essentially ruled a draw. If it's before the 5th round. Now, whether it's the first attempt or second attempt, if you know we get disconnected at the 6th round or after, then it does go to the ESFL judges, which would be me in this case. But we're not gonna have to do that this time. Hey, that's just how we gotta do it.
That's what I'm. That's some power right there, Boiler. Let's go.
Commentary, judge, jury, executioner. So we're gonna try to get these guys going ASAP. We do have the next fight waiting in the wings. If for some reason they're not able to connect, that was a fun one, man. It kind of, but at least it was so close that it wasn't like one guy was dominating and now he's got to start from scratch. We could just pretend it's a 15-round fight in a way almost. That's how I'll justify it. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not going to complain to be able to see more rounds with these two because the fight was developing absolutely beautifully, and kyoungbutta was just walking forward, really using the block and the head movement just to walk down his opponent. I feel like he was starting to get more confident. He was in complete rhythm, but King Diaz also was no slouch out there. Really using that jab to keep at distance. That's what you want to do with Tyson Fury. Jab the head, jab the body, boom, step back, move out of the way, move and groove like John Travolta in Urban Cowboy. And I mean, this is just a beautiful fight so far.
Good stuff. I just confirmed to the competitors that we are doing a rematch. I think they'll be joining up here.
Rematch clause, Daddy.
It's how it's
got to be.
How do you feel
about the Big Daddy update? Why do they call it the Big Daddy update, Boiler? Why is it called the Big Daddy update? What's that all about?
Riddick Bowe is one of the new boxers, and his nickname was Big Daddy.
Oh,
so that was the main reason, I suppose.
Thank you.
They added a few other cool fighters too, and some nice improvements. I will say this: the net code still lacking, but they have said Steel City Interactive, the developers, said they're putting highest priority on fixing the net code so we don't get disconnects like this, so we don't get ghost punches. We're doing our best, and actually some of the competitors are able to use Parsec or Steam Remote Play to bypass the servers. That's not happening in this fight, unfortunately, is what it is. But dang, we had such a great fight going there.
What is Parsec? Right. Talk to me. What is Parsec?
Okay. Parsec uses pretty much a third person will host both competitors on their machine. And those guys play as if they're playing on the same screen. So they're remote remote desktop into that third person, and then they pretty much fight offline except for that remote desktop. So it doesn't even use the undisputed servers. No undisputed servers.
Does it keep track
if you're on the
of stats and wins and losses?
No, it would just be as if you're facing your brother or whatever, like side by side, except you're on the internet. So there's a little bit of lag.
Just facing your brother in your boxer briefs, just chilling, eating a bowl of Lucky Charms in the morning on Parsec.
You know it, man.
Yeah, baby.
My brother,
okay, hell yeah, boy.
I don't even know what it was like.
I'm getting on Parsec. I'm gonna kick someone's booty.
Well, you gotta have someone that can actually. You gotta find someone who can host for you, though. So that's tough. They gotta have really good upload speed. But
awesome.
It's a whole new world these days. They're getting back in here, though. Looks like. Come on, I like it. Third time's a charm. I know it.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, they are choosing their fighters here. We're getting back into the action. It's going to be great.
After that, we got JMMA and Royszn. Both those guys really want to make a push for that tournament. Whoever wins that bout between JMMA and Royszn after this fight, I think they got, not guaranteed, but a really good shot to get to the Elite Eight. But whoever loses between Royszn and JMMA, they might be on the outside looking in. So we got that coming up, regardless what happens here. But I still think this, I'm glad they're able to get this back together. Knock on wood as always. But man, this, kyoungbutta versus Diaz, they got something they got to work out still here, man. They're that's some unfinished business. I know I don't feel good about it, so I know they want to get back in there and hope that there's no technical issues,
100%. And kyoungbutta, if you're just tuning in, is at 3 points this season. He does have a chance to move on to the final 8. King Diaz 12 has 2 points, so a win is very crucial here for both of these guys. As we get back into the fight, we have kyoungbutta as Deontay Wilder and King Diaz 12 playing Tyson Fury. Here we go.
All right, man. I'm not sure which arena this is, but I feel like a lot of the arenas in this game are pretty unique and cool looking. There's a couple that are totally busted, and we actually need to consider banning them. One of these gyms makes me nauseous whenever I fight in it. But most of them are pretty cool, though. There's some unique ones, some cool ones, except for like the one that makes me want to throw up. I think that's the Empire Gym. I don't remember. I need to look into that. But anyway, man, we're back here. We're a minute in. Neither guy's really been throwing anything, so that maybe both a little tentative with this restart.
Yeah, both of these guys have kind of showcased their strategy already. So now, pretty much round number 6, if you really think about it, we're not in round number 1, we're in round number 6. It's a 15-round fight. And, a couple of changes that were good, though, is they allowed you to turn motion blur off. They allowed you to turn off a couple of the camera settings, which will help with the nausea, which is good, because I'm with you on that one. I actually stopped playing the game because I was about to throw up after just this. They're just, some players, when you're playing against them, they're just literally running away from you in circles, looking like one of those sky dancers back in the day. You'd pull it and it'd fly in the sky and turn a million times. But here we go. 44 seconds left in round number 1. It's a very slow-paced round, Boiler.
It is. Neither one's really throwing volume. Neither one's really connecting, even when they're trying to counter. They're playing a little bit of the ring around the rosy here as well. So, we'll just call this, first round, feeling out round. There also could be a little, lag spikes here. I got a feeling perhaps we're seeing a little lag on King Diaz's side when he's really inactive. Sometimes you can't tell if they're throwing a punch. That's where the ghost punches come in. Your opponent is throwing punches. It just looks like they're not. So you're like, oh, wide open, bam, bam, and then you get caught by a ghost punch. So I feel like there might have been a little lag there. Is what it is going into round 2.
Number 2, immediately King Diaz taking the center. kyoungbutta holding that block up, trying to get a block counter. Standing right into the face of King Diaz, right into the pocket. That left hook was nice. The jab from King Diaz popping like a piston. Decides to go left hook as well. Landing flush. In rhythm is King 12 Diaz in round number 2, moving and grooving.
So we saw in that first fight, now it didn't happen to round 3 or 4, but we saw really where kyoungbutta was able to take advantage was pushing the pace more, throwing those 2-3 punch combos and not being countered. He's been countered a little bit, and Diaz is definitely keeping him off a lot better right there. So again, commentary curse, sorry kyoungbutta, but that is what Diaz needs to do. kyoungbutta might need to kind of, crowd Diaz a little bit more. A nice left hand there. Both guys trying to affect their plan and also adjust midway,
Beautiful body shots from kyoungbutta, walking him down again, and that's what he did in the last fight, throwing some big hooks on the inside. And this is where King Diaz started to show a little vulnerability, started to get in a little bit of a troubled situation. And again, there's the footwork, though, to get him out of dodge and move out of the way of these bombs that that Deontay Wilder is throwing out at him. These detonations are exploding upon the face of King Diaz, and he does not like this, Boiler, and he's trying to get out of the way, but it's an onslaught.
It is. Oh, man, I thought he was going to crack him real good with that one. It is an onslaught, but I would say, well, when these guys throw punches, they're so heavy-handed, both Fury and Wilder, it's an onslaught. But neither guy's really able to take the advantage here. It's kind of really tough to score, actually. I have no idea who's winning this one.
Yeah, it is tough. Big shots from kyoungbutta on the inside, but some nice straight punches. You saw the head snap back on kyoungbutta on one of those sniper straights. And round number 2, eating up a little bit earlier maybe than last fight. But here we go into round number 3. Let's see what happens.
You can't overlook the defense of both guys. They both have pretty good, effective defense, not putting themselves in vulnerable spots. So it could seem like they're both kind of not really making anything happen. That's because their opponent's doing their best to stop them from making it happen.
Right. The defense is important. And King 12 Diaz has a tendency sometimes to maybe not hold that block up. Maybe he's thinking he's going to go to the body, or like you said, maybe there's some sort of lag, but it just seems like he keeps his block low when kyoungbutta is approaching him, and kyoungbutta is able to really take advantage of that and land these powerful shots. But King is still using his footwork, but these shots are landing from kyoungbutta again and again. That straight lead hook was nice.
Yeah, he's just chipping away now. kyoungbutta's getting off first, getting 1 or 2 shots, and then getting some nice defense. If you can keep that up, that's boxing for you. That'll really add up on the scorecards, and hopefully it'll add up as some damage on your opponent too.
Yeah, and the judges I've noticed really score up based on like accuracy. If you're swinging and missing, they don't like that. You need to be very accurate and Undisputed to get these judges to score in your favor, it seems. So it's something to think about. Round number 3, boom, big body shot, but the return from kyoungbutta, the revenge body shot, and now you're seeing King more willing to throw down here. He's trying to move and groove out of the way, but look at kyoungbutta. He's like a piece of metal on a magnet here.
What's stuck on him?
He's stuck on him like fly on.
You could say it. No, I agree, man. That was actually one of the more interesting things during their first fight before we reset, and it continues here, is how they were just like standing toe to toe, but neither of them was able to really get too much damage because, I mean, Wilder and Fury, neither of them are really inside fighters. So when they're so close to each other, they're both kind of just like scrunched in there. Neither guy really wants to back off of it, though.
Yeah, neither man wants to back down. 30-27 there in the CompuBox box for Deontay Wilder, being wielded by the great kyoungbutta. The striking, he looks like a Viking approaching the beach and about to just destroy some bald-headed monks in the church. But kyoungbutta, and speaking of bald, King Diaz is bald, so it works.
There you go, man. Maybe it's a little part of the selection, I don't know. But Bald Brotherhood, I know it is strong.
The Bald Brotherhood, baby, I like that.
I think I stole that from part of the interruption, like Tony Kornheiser and Wilbon say that or something. But anyway, here's an example where King Diaz kept his hands low. Do you think he's goading his opponent into headshots? Maybe that's part of his strategy.
I think that kyoungbutta is overwhelming him right now, and I think when he comes forward, he's landing those vicious body shots, and King is anticipating those, and then kyoungbutta is going upstairs. So I think, as GSP once said, he is overloading his neurological brain right now, buddy.
Right. Man, one of the best podcasts I ever listened to was GSP on Joe Rogan.
Yep.
They just talked for like 3 or 4 hours about all the performance and mental fortitude and how to train and be disciplined. I was like, wow, man, that's why GSP was a champ.
Yes. GSP is great.
I am not impressed with your performance.
I'm not impressed with your performance.
That was way better than I could do. All right, well, this fight has been,
I was talking to you when I was saying that.
I'm just up here. I'm washed.
Right hand lands. Look at kyoungbutta, baby.
I moved into commentary like Drew Brees. I'm washed. Here we go, man. We got 12 seconds left. I know we've been talking, having a little fun this round. Who do you think won this round? You got any thoughts?
This has been a really good round because, again, we're seeing the block being tested again by King 12. kyoungbutta is just walking him down. He's putting a lot of pressure on him with that block, defending himself very well, landing powerful shots. But whenever he is inside of that pocket, King Diaz is really throwing some bombs as well. And Tyson Fury has power. He's a heavyweight. And you see that block. Oh, my goodness. Look at that little back step to make Deontay miss, and that will gas out an opponent. But still, kyoungbutta on the attack. Body shot lands. There's King Diaz trying to block. Throws his own right hand straight down the pipe from kyoungbutta.
Yeah, they both hit pretty good there. A big uppercut to the body by kyoungbutta, but the overhand, King Diaz, that right hand, both hit at the same time. You know, both are tough as nails, both these boxers. So we've seen a little damage, but not too much. At least kyoungbutta, he's almost clean here.
kyoungbutta still coming forward with some low stamina, pulling that block low, trying to figure out, and he's even doing the angled blocks to really sap away that damage, really sap away that stamina. Bam, left hand, snaps back the head of King Diaz. Jab as well. Oh, and
nice.
the right to follow. He is in complete control of this round. In rhythm here, Boiler.
Those are the punches and exchanges that win him rounds and win him fights. It's just, hey, he lands a 2 or a 3-piece, like a jab, an uppercut, and a straight, and his opponent doesn't land anything. That puts you ahead right there. So just those little shots by Wilder, just those little accurate. They don't do much damage, but they score, and kyoungbutter's being real consistent with that.
Oh, yeah, he is. That left hook lands, straight punch, throwing bombs on the inside, and it's like King Diaz trying so hard to stay out of the range and stay long. That's what you want to do with Tyson Fury. You don't want to fight in the pocket. You don't want to exchange with the power puncher, Deontay Wilder, and he's still targeting that body, but the jab being poked out by kyoungbutta. Eats a left hook, gives him one back, goes down to the body. Oh, my goodness. This fight is heating up.
Well, the thing is, I feel like both guys are on the precipice of hurting each other real bad, but also really been that many big moments. No one's been locked yet.
True.
Really look at kyoungbutta. He's at 93 health. I feel like Diaz is probably in the mid-80s because he's taking a little bit more damage. But both these guys have heavy, heavy hands, but they're not really super effective with it right now, and it's just kind of become a point fight a little bit. I don't think that may last, though. I think that someone might get hurt here towards the end. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, like you said, their defense is what's keeping them in there. They're both blocking educatedly. And round number 6, here we go. But the power is being displayed by both of these guys. And you're seeing it again. Block, the jab, entry hook, right hand. Here comes kyoungbutta to the body. And this is where he gets King in the quicksand, because King needs to decide, is he going to the head, is he going to the body, and sometimes he makes the wrong decision, then he eats a Deontay bomb, a detonation on the head when he does, or the body boiler. So it's very scary in there right now if you're a King Diaz fan.
Yeah, man, and both these guys, if they lose, they're definitely going to be out of the tournament. So you got kind of that hype of, I need to make something happen, but also maybe a little trepidation, and that's why they're relying a little bit on their defense. I mean, no one's really throwing more than 2-punch combos, which, you know, that is sort of realistic in boxing, and heavyweight boxing, that is. But still, neither guy really hurting them. But I think kyoungbutter's up on points.
I think so, too. He seems to just be landing the better shots, and he's being so methodical in his approach. He's getting in range, keeping his defense up, and once he's in the striking zone, once he's at the what do the football fans say within the red zone? That's the 10-yard line. He's in the red zone. He's in the red zone. He's throwing perfect passes right to the face and the body. Look at that. Snaps him back. But the head movement from King Diaz every now and then keeps him out of complete and total disaster.
I feel like King Diaz has missed a couple opportunities to land big counter uppercuts to the body, like a rear uppercut to the body after one of those lean backs would really score some points, maybe even sap some stamina. We're seeing kyoungbutta's stamina start to drop a little bit, but I'll tell you what, in this game, working the body is super effective. It is definitely the best way to drain your opponents. I mean, you get them to miss, sure, we'll lose a little stamina, but if you pop them to the belly a few times, it really goes down.
For sure, those body shots are so crucial in a fight like this, in these long 10-round fights. And at the end of that round, you saw kyoungbutta jab, throw that left hook and really do some damage. And I feel like round 7, 8, 9, and 10 are going to start getting even more heated here. These guys are looking very good, putting on a great fight. And a big swing and a miss from kyoungbutta. But look at the jab from King Diaz. He needs more of those poking shots. The jab, the move, the sticking and moving and grooving is where he shines.
Yes, in MMA, but especially in boxing, using that jab can really set other things up. Sure, you can do a little damage with the jab, and Tyson Fury can do a little bit more than a little damage with it, I'm sure. But if you can catch your opponent, counter them with a jab, throw the rhythm off, then they're going to throw another punch totally off balance, and then you can land that big power shot, right? So stopping them in their tracks and setting them up for future shots. That jab, always important. And we'll see if either of them will really implement it. I mean, kyoungbutter's left hand, he's been using it a little bit more than Fury, I think. But again, pretty good defense on both sides, too.
Right. Very, very good blocking. Left hook lands. And yeah, the jab is very important. I'd like to see King Diaz maybe combo more off that jab once he, you know, connects. He's kind of just popping the jab. He's not really letting his hands go. He's more focused on getting out of the way of the car crashes that are coming at him right here. And he needs to do damage here. He needs to get points on the board because look at that left hand lands. Right hook, or excuse me, right down the pipe, Boiler. And there's the jab. It's pretty much just the jab fest for Mr. King Diaz here.
It is. And like you said, he's not following up with that. When he does get a stun or snaps his opponent's head back, there's nothing else coming down the street. Cause more damage, and it's hard to do with a big boy, a heavyweight. Again, you're not throwing 5-6 punch combos, but 2 or 3 punch, especially when you think you're down on the cards like this. You got to open up a little more, maybe.
And that's what kyoungbutter's doing so well. He's opening up. He's willing to throw, let his hands go right into the face. Look at that left hook as well, but eats an uppercut by King Diaz. And damn, right now this fight is going nicely for both these guys. I'm very entertained. I hope everybody's enjoying these fights here. And that's what you want to see from the ESFL. You know, these guys really put it on the line, don't they, Boiler?
They do, man. It's a little bit of pride, a little reputation, and hey, man, I think it's super fun. I think being able to show that you're the best of the best, or at least try your best to be the best of the best in front of people is so cool. Like, if I grew up with this when I was 12 years old, I probably would have failed out of high school because I would have just been playing this and hanging out with everybody. So, hey, kids out there, stay in school. Don't be playing video games all day. But, man, it's so amazing to be able to have a league like this and expand out to Undisputed, where, of course, can't wait for UFC 5, our bread and butter. But I think this has been a fun Undisputed season, and just wait till that finale, dude. It's going to be a crazy day.
Yeah, there's something about the ESFL that really highlights games. You know, even if the game's not in a good state, these competitors in our rule set just make the game fun, and that's just something very unique and exciting about this league. One of the best, no, the best league in the world, ESFL. But here we go, round number 8, the final rounds of this fight, and you're seeing King Diaz popping out that jab. Still, kyoungbutta coming forward, letting his hands go. That hook barely misses. That right hook barely misses. Just out of range, but King Diaz moving out of the way. 1 minute, Boiler. That left hook is landing for kyoungbutta.
It is. Diaz getting frustrated. I've seen him try to open up a little bit more, but he's just catching counters for his efforts, unfortunately. I had a feeling he might have been lagging there a little bit. His hands were down a little too long. Big shot, though. That's all you need at heavyweight.
Wow, damn. What a shot by King Diaz.
Good survival instincts by kyoungbutta, though, man. Covering up, getting out of there, and also not just going straight backwards. He was able to circle decently, so... Oh, big shot there. Now they're starting to open up here, Rob.
Yes, they are. Stamina dwindling a little bit on kyoungbutta. We can't see King Diaz, but bang, right in the pocket, throwing big bombs in close. Round number, oh my goodness, a little late snapback jab for kyoungbutta. And here we go, folks. Round number 9 now, Boiler.
But it's actually round 14, if you remember, man.
Round 14.
Downloaded a lot of info on each other, and now they're like, all right, I know what you're doing. I feel comfortable. I think both of them feeling more comfortable than ever, and both are ready to really bring the pain.
Yo, King Diaz needs to bring the pain. He needs to put his pedal to the metal, and he needs to throw some heat. There it is. Snaps his head back. kyoungbutta standing his ground, using that blocking so tremendously, going to the body. King Diaz's footwork, body shot lands for kyoungbutta, right hand down the middle, and King Diaz moving and grooving, sticking and ripping.
He's got some real good footwork, I'll tell him that, man. King Diaz has been moving on his bike, but also moving forward too. Not necessarily the volume thereafter, but his foot movement and control of range has been pretty good today, especially defensively, like I've said.
Yo, no doubt. I mean, when you're facing someone like kyoungbutta, I've been in there against him. He is the consumer. He's like a big, old, muscular athlete going to McDonald's, and he's just worked out. It was like, oh my goodness, big shot by kyoungbutta, though. And he's got the adrenaline right down the pipe. Down goes King Diaz.
That's what we need, man. This is a heavyweight fight. This is DeAndre Wilder versus Tyson Fury. We need some violence.
And we ruined my analogy by knocking him down. What the hell, kyoungbutta?
Don't you hate that, your commentary?
Damn it.
Oh my God, did he get knocked out? Oh my
No,
gosh,
he's up. Barely though, huh? 9 seconds?
Slow count again, but 9 seconds. I don't want to see it finish like that anyway. I want to see them keep going after it. Now King Diaz really got no reason not to throw it all at him. Whole kitchen sink and more. Okay, Youngbutta better be careful though. I mean, he's got him on his heels, but we saw what happened earlier. Fury can catch him with one shot and rock him, maybe even get a flash knockout, so you can't overextend too much.
Ooh, nice stiff power jab there. And you're right, the flash knockout is so concerning out there. I've been completely flatlined by shots where I'm like, how is that flatline? How am I knocked out? So you gotta be so careful. But obviously, kyoungbutta in control. The final round, so much desperation now in King Diaz. He has to create something. He needs to pull a rabbit out of his hat. He needs to be a magician. He needs to get the knockout, but easier said than done against Achilles himself, kyoungbutta.
Yes,
oh my God.
He's throwing big shots. You got to remember, not only does he want to win, he wants to get a finish. Right. If he does, he'll get +1 point. That's huge. Ooh. A win is worth 2 points. A bonus point if you get a KO, and that could be everything to make or break tournament appearance. So 2 minutes, he's going for the finish, I could tell.
And that's such a cool rule, man. And you can tell the gas pedal is fully engaged. kyoungbutta wants that point so bad, but the stamina might not let him get it, but he's still walking him down, block up. There's the straight punch. King Diaz trying to keep him at bay with his own straight punch. There's the jab, the connection from kyoungbutta, the left hook again and again, rattling the head of King Diaz.
This has turned out to be a really fun fight. We had obviously a little bit of tech issues to start it off, and then the start of the second opportunity, not necessarily the fastest or cleanest, but from like round 5 on, they really turned it up, and the last few rounds have been just great.
Oh, such a good fight. Such a phenomenal performance by both these guys, especially kyoungbutta eats a stinger by King Diaz again, throwing that jab out there, backing up again and again, using that footwork. Bam, right hand down the pipe. Oh, my goodness. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds, swanging in, banging. Let's see if kyoungbutta can get that finish. One thing I want to know, does King Diaz know that he's gotten Wilder's block down to 0 multiple times this fight and did not take advantage of that block break that I saw?
Oh, probably not. But my goodness, kyoungbutta is actually throwing completely gassed out, throwing just haymaker after haymaker, and there is the fight.
Good win, man.
kyoungbutta, your winner. Points to kyoungbutta.
2 points. Great fight for both those guys. kyoungbutta moves up to 5 points for the season. Of course, we got a lot of other people to fight right now, but 5 points is kind of that deciding range right now. So he's still got a great chance. A couple more weeks, he's got to pick up a couple more wins, I would think. But hey, one at a time, he made it happen. And King Diaz, dude, after having the technical issues last week and having his computer die, going out and getting another gaming PC, saying, I'll be back next week, Boiler. I ain't done yet. Well, he came back, had a fun fight. And he got a knockdown there, right? A big shot with that right hand with Tyson. But in the end, kyoungbutta was just a little bit too smooth. And at the end, I think he downloaded the game plan of his opponent a little bit and said, look, now I'm going to start bringing the pain in his last few rounds. And he did. Almost scored a knockout, but super fun fight there, Rob.
Yeah, that was definitely an entertaining one from start to finish. 15 rounds of nonstop action, and kyoungbutta now 2-2, 5 points. King Diaz put on a good performance, but just could not keep off the inferno, the flames that were coming and emitting from kyoungbutta. I mean, the pressure, just his tactics and his unique style is just so cool to watch. How he blocks and comes forward and really puts you in that pressure cooker. And man, we got an up and coming possible top 8 in kyoungbutta. Watch out for him, ladies and gentlemen. But up next is a fight I am very excited for. We got MMA with 5 points, 2-1 against Royszn. Also has 5 points this season, 2-2. And Royszn actually started this season as a reserve, and now he's making a run at the top 8, Boiler.
He is. And I was, someone pointed out to me that he's streaming live on TikTok, getting 600 plus viewers live. Royszn. So He's no joke. He's another one of the big time content creators we got this season that's just doing work. So he's got, that's going great for him. But he also needs to make sure he turns his mic off first when he's streaming. Number two, you gotta, show up when it's pressure time. And ESFL is pressure. Yeah, streaming with 600 people on TikTok, that is a lot of pressure. I'll give him that. But he's also not fighting some of the best in the world, including JMMA, a content creator in his own right, who's been getting tons of views and follows on TikTok and, of course, on YouTube, more than 5,000 subscribers. So I'm looking forward to this battle between Royszn and JMMA.
Two internet celebrities colliding in the highest level of Undisputed to this date. That's the esports fight league. That's why you're tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm excited for this one. We're going to see what's what. We're going to see which of these internet sensations has what it takes to move on. Can they go to the top 8? They're going to try to really bite down that mouthpiece today and really throw. But one thing about JMMA, from watching him, Boiler, is he is so slow in his approach. Trains with Pryoxis, Toon Squad member, and he is a slow builder. But as those rounds progress, he downloads his opponent's game plan and he really fights in a technical way.
Yeah, I like his breakdown videos on YouTube a lot, and he's had kind of a rough road this season, to be honest. He's had a couple technical issues, kind of like tough fights where you just don't. And I know exactly how it feels like. 10 rounds, even though to us it kind of seems like it goes pretty long. As a fighter, it's like that. And if you get off on the wrong foot or you start to feel uncomfortable, especially because there's lag or some other sort of issue, it can really frustrate you. So hopefully we'll get a clean fight here. We are waiting for JMMA to lock in. Jay, if you're out there, buddy.
He's choosing. He's choosing.
Okay, he's mind games here.
He's deciding.
In the meanwhile, I do want to shout out again Commercial Food Equipment Service Association, the CFESA. They've done such a great job of supporting us, and we want to support them. If you or someone that you know, whether it's a friend or family member, you're looking for a career path without tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans, CFESA is where it's at. The recent scholarship just ended, but September 1st, they're going to be having another scholarship, $2,500 towards training, another $1,500 towards your tools. Woo! So, hey, man, you might like video games and stuff, but don't want to be working in an office job, right? Get out there, go see the different places. One really cool thing about this, you'll be going to different hotels, we go into all different types of restaurants and places, servicing them, checking it out. So I think it's a great option for those who don't want to get stacked up with a bunch of student loans, right, and no guarantee of a job. They're always going to need someone to get out there and keep these businesses running, keep all that equipment. Trust me, very expensive equipment, and it's a great paying job, great career. Now we're launching. Let's do it, baby. JMMA, Royszn, they're trying to make it happen. Oh, it's women's weight class. It was that women's weight class. That was the problem, Rob. But
wow,
they're making it happen. Here we go.
making it happen. And there's the picks. Ooh, who's the guy on the left? I saw Terrence Crawford. Was that Canelo again?
I didn't catch it, actually, so it'll be a mystery. Let's solve this mystery upon the other side of the screen.
Let's stare at Bonnie Bridges' face while we wait.
I was super impressed with the roster they were able to put together on this game. I mean, when I saw they had Canelo and Tyson Fury and Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard's like, holy cow, man. There's a lot of new guys or unknown faces, and I like that part too. But they got a lot of legends in this, man. So it's really fun to be able to see all the different weight classes, all these guys. It is Canelo versus Crawford again, but I will say this is one of my more favorite matchups, and we'll see what happens. We had obviously Word versus TheWokeSportsFan, and Canelo, he's able to use that movement against Crawford. Not sure if that'll happen here. We have no sound here, Rob, but I'm going to keep the hype. Let's do it, baby.
Let's go. I got a little bit of sound. I'm going to crank that thing all the way up, and here it is, guys.
Good.
Royszn in the red, Alvarez, and JMMA in the blue, Terrence Crawford. And we'll see so far what these guys are going to do. Just seeing some jabs being thrown out with the straight, and looking to move some, use his head movement and really try to get some pull counters here. Royszn is.
Good news is here, man. I feel like the FPS and the lag or lack thereof is great. We're not even seeing the connection indicator at the top flashing, which is almost impossible to not have. So great to see that it's flowing pretty smoothly. The FPS are looking good. We should have a nice clean fight here.
And that's what you want to see. You want that sanitized type feel. You don't want to catch nothing in there. Oh my goodness. Left hand, right hand down the pipe. Oh, big shots from on JMMA there. And good stuff from Royszn, landing some good ones early in the early exchanges of this first round.
Absolutely. They were kind of dancing, feeling each other out until that little exchange there. But that was a win for Royszn, I think. At least that exchange. Still got a minute left. It's only the first round, but JMMA might need to, at least what we saw in that first fight, use that distance, use that jab and straight to catch Alvarez on the end of those punches. Seems to be the best way to take out a Canelo with Crawford.
Bang! Another left hook lands beautifully, and Royszn, whenever they're coming close, is throwing these lightning quick combinations, perfect range, and JMMA kind of just standing there eating these bombs early. Oh my goodness, big shots by Royszn to start off our fight. I mean, these are bombs, baby.
These are, man, and real slick combos, and he's throwing them at the right time. He's not just button mashing at all times.
Right.
He's pretty consistent, accurate, judicious until he wants to unload. And that's really hard to fight against someone like that. Look at that, 100 health, 99 stamina. He's feeling fresh, and I think you got to give him that first round.
Yeah, you do, and that's spelling trouble for a guy like JMMA who likes to build as the fight goes. He fights very good when he's ahead, but when he is behind, his strategy sort of I think is a kryptonite. When he's fighting someone like Royszn, who's really putting it on him, he's not. Look at that, bang, right to the head, and you're not seeing Jay utilize any movement. He's just kind of eating these punches right on the dome.
Now, one thing he just did, he's fought most of that first round southpaw. He's back to orthodox. Oh man, good shots by Royszn. I mean, Jay's getting a few good shots in there in between, but he's not winning the exchange, I don't think.
No, sir. Now he's kind of letting his hands fly a little bit.
Back to southpaw. I love boxing southpaw and fighting southpaw in UFC 5, but it is something they added in the patch, so it's the first time we're really seeing this online. But that doesn't necessarily automatically mean that you got an advantage just because you can switch stance, and not when you're getting peppered by Royszn here.
Oh man, these power left hooks are disgusting, and you're seeing Royszn kind of walking him down and doing a lot of damage right through the block, and Jay just getting killed here. Oh my God, Jay needs to get out of there. He cannot just stand here and eat these. Oh my goodness, this is terrible right now for Jay.
He was getting bobbleheaded there a little bit, man. Boom, boom, boom. And we know Alvarez, that Canelo has heavy hands. So, yeah, you can take that in the second round, but if he keeps taking this abuse by 5th, 6th, 7th round, he'll start to get rocked for sure.
Left hand lands, and Jay's trying to find some sort of way to keep him off, but man, Royszn is looking very snappy in there with his combos, throwing perfect left hook combinations, and again, just landing flush, bang, bang. Dude, one of these is gonna rock. Dude, JMMA is gonna go down here soon if he's not careful.
He's taking some damage. Obviously, we can't see how much damage it is, but if you look closely, you can see kind of a picture of a head with an exclamation mark on it, something like that. That means he's hurt. Haven't seen that yet, but if you start to see that, that means he's close to getting rocked. Oh,
man.
In the round, dude.
That punch he's not hurt right there. Look at that punch. His head snapped back like he was looking back at his friend saying hello in the crowd. Holy smokes. Man.
2 rounds to nothing. You got to say, I don't think that was enough to be a 10-8. I don't even know if this game gives 10-8s without knockdowns. So we'll call it 2 10-9s in the favor of Royszn. What do you think Jay's got to do, man, to switch this up? Got any? Have you seen him be successful in anything you think he needs to keep working towards, or what?
He needs to stay out of the pocket, keep his hands up, and really use that lean back movement, because Royszn's not really going to the body too much. I mean, right now he is, but he's really leading with that left hook there, Boiler. So Jay needs to lean back, keep that block up, and stay at distance and tag him with long, straight punches, because in the pocket, man, he's getting cremated.
He is. I haven't seen. I'm going to start watching for it right now. Let's see if he used any of that diagonal dodge, Jay. Let's see if JMMA uses any of that to kind of cut angles and move around. Not so far. Not saying that's necessarily going to fix everything, but I think he's being a little. He's like switch it up a little bit. Maybe fake like he's pulling back, then dodge out and counter to the belly a couple times. I don't know. Pretty tough, man. I can't. It's hard. It's hard to. It's one thing to say what you need to do. Doing it can be tough, especially when Royszn's popping you in the face.
Yeah, for sure. And it seems like Royszn really wants that extra point. He wants to win, but he also wants that extra point.
Nice.
And yeah, that was very nice from Jay. Jay needs more of that. He needs to get some respect. He needs to land some of his offense and tell and let Roy know that he's here to fight and he's here to, keep him out of his pocket because my goodness, he's stealing all his lint.
For sure, right? Lunch money and his lint. That's hilarious. So JMMA had the best punch of the whole night for himself there, and it was one of those straights off of a counter.
Oh my
man,
God.
took a few pieces there. I don't know if that was lag or Royce is just so fast he wasn't able to react, but getting peppered. But when he did get that nice straight counter that did a little damage, he was able to get off the center line and come back with that nice counter. Needs some more of that, like you said.
Man, left hook after left hook, straight punch, bam, big left hook from JMMA down the pipe again. And round number 3, yeah, it was a good shot. A couple good shots there by JMMA, but man, Royszn is looking like an absolute killer right now. I mean, his left hooks, his combinations on point, and Jay's defense is looking a little sussy here early. We're gonna hopefully see him, tighten it up as the fight goes because he's so technical, he's so good. But man, the pressure from Royszn, and right away you see him. He's just standing in the corner and allowing Royszn to take complete control.
I don't think that's lag. It could be, or maybe he's just kind of goading him in, or who knows what. I'm not too sure about that. That happened last round too.
Ooh, straight punch. Royszn taking control of the center. Tries to throw a body a little bit out of range. And again, that left hook has been just absolutely money for Royszn so far. Straight punch, left hook. Bang, bang. So many big shots. There's a shot from Jay there, Boiler. Nice jab, lead hook.
Everyone he lands, Royszn's bringing 2 or 3 back. That's a good shot there. I feel like Jay's adjusting and getting better, but Royszn's like, I don't care. You can adjust as much as you want. I'm not going to punch you in the face. That's how I feel it's going. Yeah, right?
Man, right through the block, just walking in with that rear power uppercut, the rear hook. Jay starting to let his hands go a little bit more. You'll see him as the round progresses start letting his offense fly. But man, Royszn just, I mean, how much damage do you think he's done so far with all these shots? He must have landed like 30, 40 punches on the face so far.
It's got to be a little bit of damage. I mean, Crawford's tough, but I bet his health is at, the 70% range. And we saw Canelo was at like 94 or something. So,
oh my God. How is he not rocked? How is he not down? He's eating just power shots.
And it's not lag because it would be lag if he wasn't returning punches. Jay is trying to throw punches back. So this is live action.
Oh, down he goes. JMMA just got his bell rung. And did you see his health? It's pretty low, man. It is pretty low.
Yeah, it is. Man, those are adding up. Royszn is just furious today. He's like, man, I came into the season as a reserve. And I'm just going to run the table all the way through to the tournament. That's pretty much what he's saying. That's pretty much what he's trying to do. And it looks like he's succeeding. I don't know, man. I still think Jay could come back from this, but he needs to cut the angles and he needs to stay away. He can't be in the pocket, like you said, man.
Yeah, it's, anything is possible in a game like this. And JMMA is such a talented fighter, but the grave is getting deeper. Royszn, every time he lands one of those shots, it's like a shovel going into the dirt and he's digging as the rounds are progressing here, and he's already gotten a knockdown 10-8 round. I mean, he's so ahead and so much momentum. He's just going to get more and more confident. Now it's up to JMMA. Can he face adversity? Does he have the mental fortitude to make adjustments here under the bright lights of the ESFL? And that's a question that's going to be answered here. Round number 5, and Royszn more of the same left hook combinations in the middle. And that uppercut, that right uppercut, Boiler, has been just so good for Royszn.
It is. We saw that work really. We saw that being used really well by wordlife in our first fight as well. Like Canelo has, for being a relatively short fighter, he's got great reach with that uppercut and also that left hook, and he's able to stretch out and get it.
Yeah, and you're just kind of seeing Jay, throw that jab too close, in my opinion. You don't really want to throw the jab and stuff it like that because, Royszn just going to throw these power shots and really hurt you. So maybe Jay can throw some more hooks, right hooks, uppercuts of his own, and really anticipate that lead hook and slip that and make Royszn pay. But he's kind of just standing there using his block and really eating a lot of these shots right on the dome ski.
There you go. Jay's playing a little more defense, a little more countering, and he's doing pretty good. Oh no.
Oh my God, Boiler, what were you just saying?
Commentary curse. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. This is why I don't do commentary, folks.
My God.
Jay did survive, man, and had some good defense there. But wow, literally, as I said that, he gets rocked.
Jeez, Royszn is turning Jay MMA into a punching bag right now, and he is just, he's annihilating him here, man. I've never seen anybody do this to Jay MMA, and Royszn is walking him down, throwing power uppercuts and power hooks again and again, and this fight is not going to last much longer. Oh my God.
No. He's stiff as a board. He's stiff as a board, man. I don't know if he's going to get up from this.
I think he might get that point. He might get that point.
He's awake. He's rolling over. Get up, Jay.
Holy smokes.
Oh, he made it. He made it.
Nice job by Jay.
He's got some heart, man. He ain't ever giving up.
Nah, Jay is nasty out there, but man, freaking Royszn, man. I've never seen that.
Smooth and as dangerous as anyone all season, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Just the way he's playing with Canelo Alvarez, letting his hands go. He just complete aggression in these rounds. And wow, Jay really needs to be defensively focused and really try to find a way to keep this guy off of him and use his aggression against him. But it's a hard task, a tall task here. And right away, look, he's just letting him punch him.
The big shots, those, like, the cumulative effect of that is big, especially this late in the round when you've already taken a bunch. What I would like to, big shot again. What I'd like to see Jay do is, and I don't think he's even used the directional dodge once. I'd like to see him use one of those and then step back, go to Royszn into a shot, and then use that length to counter, right? You don't have to fire off right off that directional dodge. You can use that. Think your opponent's you're gonna attack, back off, and counter their counter. I'd like to see that and use that distance. Easier said than done, though, again.
Definitely. And you're seeing when Jay's electing to throw that lead hook, Royszn just ducks right under it with the Mike Tyson peekaboo style. And man, that rear uppercut is so nasty. And here comes Royszn just on the inside, just all over Jay MMA right now. And Jay trying to bounce around, trying to throw the straight, but every time he gets near him, Royszn just throwing these heated combinations. And the stamina is still so high on Royszn. He's letting his short-term stamina replenish. Bam, big left hook lands on Jay MMA.
He's going downstairs, too. He's starting to hit some big shots to the belly and then going upstairs thereafter. Oh, man, I thought that was a clash of heads almost.
Headbutt.
Good work by Royszn here, though. He's definitely looking for that finish, dude. He wants that bonus point. And by the way, anyone who gets a knockout, there's a $5 bounty throughout the season. Every knockout, you get $5. And fight of the night, both competitors get $10, $20 total for fight of the night. So not only do you get some extra points for finishes, you can also get some cash. So that's what we're doing here. Thanks to CFESA for helping to make that possible, for real.
Most definitely get yourself a nice little McChicken, a little McDouble. Keep yourself proteined up, for these fights, for those thumb muscles to develop at a high level. And man, Royszn is on fire right now. I've never seen such a dominant performance so far in Undisputed. And at the end of that round, you're seeing a little frustration from Royszn. He's like, come on, are we going to fight? What's going on here? He kind of backed off. He's like, yo, I've already done my damage. I've already done my due diligence. And now it's your turn, Jay, to come to me. So we'll see if he decides to keep going in for that kill or what.
And that's really maybe Jay's best and maybe only opportunity to win this is get Royszn chasing that KO with everything he's got.
Right.
And catch him with a couple big shots. We saw in the first fight that even though WokeSportsFan, who was Crawford, was pretty much getting dominated, he landed the perfect right hand that stunned Canelo when Canelo was essentially at full health. So Crawford has the ability to stun him with the perfect shot. It's just, can you get that?
Ooh, we're seeing some more defense from Jay. Some good defense from Jay here. He's blocking everything and starting to block counter. Looking very good. A couple jabs right there. Doing well, testing that block of Royszn. Big left hook. JMMA starting to build a little bit, but there's the left hand power from Royszn backing him up. But Jay, so far, so good in round number 7.
Yes, he was looking pretty smooth there. Royszn said, you know what? I'm going to make this fight dirty again. Let's go. Let's go. I'm getting in there. Chucking some wood.
Lumberjacking, trying to cut down the tree that is JMMA, but this tree is thick. The defense is the bark. The defense is tough. The carapace to penetrate. But Royszn's spear is sharp, and he continually is jabbing JMMA.
Impressive.
Can he get through this defense, though? Can he get the win? Can he get the $5? Can he get the point boiler?
I think he can, but time is slowly but surely running out. Again, he can't chase too much. He could get caught. You don't want to turn a 2, almost 3 points into 0 by getting some crazy flash knockout.
Ooh.
I've seen crazier, but I don't think Roy's too worried about that, man. He's like, you know what? I've taken the best you can get, and you take the best I got.
Yes, sir. Good performance. This fight is very fun to watch. Royszn coming forward, left jab, left hook again. Oh my goodness, they're just brawling after the bell.
Good stuff, dude. Fun fight. It is a fun fight. And Jay, I don't think he's made the exact adjustments he needed to win, and who knows if that would even be possible against Royszn today. He's looking so good, but Jay is making adjustments. He is fighting better. I still think he probably lost that round, but it was definitely closer than others.
Yeah, he was doing good, blocking low, blocking high, and he really needs to. He's throwing the jab, and that's what you want to do against like an Alvarez player, but you don't want to be. He's too close when he's throwing that jab. He's stuffing the jab. He needs to be a little bit more at distance and pop the jab on entry, and then bounce around, and we'll see if he does that. Like right there, that stinging jab. That's what he needs.
Mm-hmm.
But
and don't be afraid to disengage. I think sometimes he kind of plants his feet and he's like, I'm gonna hold my ground, and that's where he kind of gets beat up. So hey, don't be afraid of being called a runner or backing out too much.
Run out my track star.
You gotta make that happen, man. you gotta put your pride in the back seat sometimes, man, and make the adjustments. He's doing better here though.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he's making some good adjustments in round number 8 as well. Royszn still, plodding forward, throwing just big combinations. Ooh, that time he's throwing the power jab down the pipe, and that could be something that could work for him.
Ooh, he's working him there, man. He's finding some holes in the guard. He's still in there, man. He's still in there. I wish I could see how much health he has left. It's got to be under 50% though.
Yeah, it's probably not looking good, and that's maybe why he's a little bit more apprehensive and really focusing on not taking damage from this Royszn juggernaut that is just plowing forward, the war machine. Royszn, stinging him with those power jabs, though, Jay is.
He is. It's always easier to look backwards, but if Jay had fought the first couple of rounds as he's fought this round and the round before, if he had started the fight like this, I think he would have had a much better shot at, maybe getting one of those perfect counters that knocks Canelo down. But at this point, he's going to need a knockout to win, I think.
Yeah, he's pretty down on the judges' scorecards. Round number 8, 9, 10, though, if he can win these or get a knockdown, 9 and 10 maybe. But yeah, I would say he probably needs to finish as well. And look at that. Now he's kind of moving, using that footwork.
Yep.
Stay out of the range to move out of the way of those hooks. In those previous rounds, he was kind of just standing there and just letting Royszn basically tee off on him for 4 rounds for whatever reason. Maybe he was trying to gas him out. Maybe he thought, he's always a competitor that kind of builds towards those later rounds and really puts the pedal to the metal. But I think the strategy was a little off on this fight.
I feel like, looking at it from the outside in, he just wasn't expecting that level of speed. Maybe he expected 2 punches to come his way, but before he knew it, he got hit by 5. And it took a few rounds for him to realize, like, okay, he's not going to be throwing 2-punch combos. He's going to be throwing these big shots. I need to be active, and I need to get out of dodge. Perfect like that. He finally used the sidestep, or I didn't know if that was a sidestep or directional dodge, but either way, he got off the center line and had a great counter. Like to see that.
Yeah, that was nice stuff right there from JMMA. Now he's starting to bounce around, move a lot more. A couple shots landed there by Royszn. And you're also not really seeing Royszn throw as much as he did in that. Oh my goodness, that left hand connects right on the chin though. Down goes JMMA again in round number 8. Are we in 8 or 9 or 7? I don't even know. But this fight is lit.
I thought it was 9.
5,
it was definitely it was either end of 8 or 9. I think it was
He's not
9.
getting back up, Boiler.
He's
That's
not, man. He's done.
That's $5 and a point, baby. That's a make chicken in the bank.
Man, back in my day, you get 5 double cheeseburgers for $5. Now, maybe a McChicken and a small fry at best. Good win, Royszn. You get the $5 bonus. You get the 2 points for the win, and you get the extra point. I think that'll, the $5 is good, and you can actually make a decent amount of money over the entire season. But he wants the points. He wants the points.
$5 a week, baby.
He went from 5 points to 8. That is what you need to separate yourself from the pack when everyone's really around that 5 to 6 point range. He's up to 8. That finish right there, man, that was big. Great job, Royszn.
Yeah, that was a dominant performance by Royszn. I mean, that was a huge win. And you saw in those later rounds, in round number 6, 9, 10, or JMMA, 8, 9, 10 in the 8th. And it's just, man, a little bit slow to implement some of these strategies, and you saw him building, but just too much damage dealt in those first 4 or 5 rounds. And man, Royszn is an exciting competitor, and I cannot wait for him to compete again. This guy is I'm becoming a big fan of Royszn in Undisputed, because I remember seeing him in UFC, right, a couple times, fighting pretty good. I've recognized his name. So wow, what a win. And like you said, 8 points, that's huge. Is that a lock for top 8, or is that just a good position, or
where's no guarantee?
Okay,
no guarantee, but I would say there's a very high chance he will make it to the tournament at this point. So we got to see what everyone does. We got a lot of fights to go today as well as in the future, but very good chance he makes the top 8 in my opinion, based off that. And 8 points, man, that's legit. That's great stuff there for Royszn. He ain't a dark horse anymore. I think people will know his name from here on out for sure.
100%. And let's go ahead and move on to our next fight here. We do on deck, we do have Pryoxis versus UncleTalent, so don't go anywhere. But right now, we got Jobe, 5 points, 2-1 against Bone doing work. The longtime ESFL vet has already earned 2 Fight of the Night bonuses award this season, and this man has apparently earned $20 already. $20?
Yeah, man, he's been part of 2 Fight of the Nights. Each competitor in a Fight of the Night gets $10. So he might have lost a couple of those. He's racking up that cash money, and he's still got a shot to make it to the finale. But I'll say this: Jobe is he's definitely a top 5 fighter in this tournament, possibly top 3. He lost last week to Losooo, who's undefeated in this week's main event. But Jobe is no joke at all. He also has his own Undisputed, they do other games too, included old UFC games, but Savage Boxing Promotion, friend of the ESFL, Jobe's the head of that, and so he's all about this competitive scene. He's all about Undisputed and esports, combat sports, and that's a huge test, to be honest, for Bone Doing Work. I expect Jobe to be quite the favorite, but Bone Doing Work ain't scared of nobody, and as you saw, he's got a couple Fight of the Nights already, so he's going to be swinging and banging, to say the least.
Slanging and banging, and this one has absolutely no volume right now. That is real exciting. Good job, boys. And here we go. Round number 1. Alexander Usyk. What's going on right now?
This is interesting. I'll kind of explain what's going on here. This is Parsec. They are playing the third-party host who's hosting this matchup on their local machine. Looks like they're going to restart, maybe fix the sound, or I'm not sure exactly, but they're going to get it restarted again. We'll make it happen. But 317 Globe Squad is the host, who they're playing on his machine remotely. But as you can tell, the graphics are very smooth. There should be no lag or ghost punches when they're playing like that. There is a little bit of an input delay because they're still connecting online, but it's usually consistent, right? Maybe 40 milliseconds consistently. That's a lot better than the spike. I'm sure you've played as much or more online games than me. You'd rather have a consistent amount of, a little bit of lag than no lag and massive lag, no lag, massive lag. So Parsec really smooths that out. They're going back. Who is the question?
I have no idea.
I can go figure this out. I think Jobe is on the right, but let me go
Okay.
double check. I do know who won the. You call the action. I'm gonna go dig
No
into who
problem.
won the coin toss because that should be the person in the left.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 317 Globe Squad on the left and 317 Globe Squad on the right. And right now, Globe Squad doing a good job. Or Gob, is it Gob
Globs.
Squad? Is there no L?
No,
It's Glob. It's Glob Squad.
No Ebe. I called him Globe Squad.
Where are
Maybe
they
that
right
was
now?
wrong.
Look at that background. They're in some sort
looks
of
pretty, right?
desert. Saudi Arabia?
Beautiful.
Ooh, this is sweet. You got the lights and everything. We got the crowd. Sun's going
I
down.
actually still can't tell who's on the left or who's on the right, to be honest, because I know that the person who won the toss should be on the left, and that was Jobe. But so I guess we could assume that's him. That's something that I wish I had a wrangler to tell me, but I'm doing both that. Nice shot,
Joe,
there.
it's all good. We'll just use their real names.
All right,
Alexander
fair.
Usyk doing well, and you're seeing Joe Frazier, using a lot of stamina. And one good thing about this is we get to see both staminas, which I really like. It sucks only being able to see one. So Parsec is doing his justice here, and already you're seeing Joe Frazier using a lot of stamina early. Like, look how much stamina he's already burnt out.
That's actually very quick, and that is something he's really got to worry about because he's not only using up all the stamina as you just saw, but Usyk can work that body, and really they'll be in a deficit. But big shot, man. Left hook counter by Frazier. Huge shot, man. No joke.
Big shot.
Jobe says he's Frazier. Jobe is Frazier. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you. I'm reading the chat. I knew someone in chat would know it. And we got it from Trevor, Jobe himself, and Glob Squad. So it is Glob. G-L-O-B. No E. Glob Squad.
We got Scooby-Doo in chat solving the mystery of who's who, baby.
Yes. This is the Murphy's Law episode.
Of course, Joe is Jobe. Jobe is Joe, which is easy to remember now. So Jobe is on fire right now, but not really because stamina is pretty low. It's Joe's Frazier, but that left hook, extremely powerful. So,
Ooh,
dang, but look at Usyk's his head movement, and when he's making Jobe swing and miss, that is when the stamina is being slurped dry.
Definitely, and missed power punches in particular will really gas your stamina out. So if Jobe is missing some big left shots, big left hooks, and their power shots, and they're missing, it could really start to drain. I mean, look at this. This is round 2, and he's already down to like 90% or less stamina. Interesting, man. He's got some damage, but not a ton. Jobe's just really going all after it, I guess. That's what Frazier does, I suppose.
Yeah, you were talking highly of Jobe, but he's kind of just going forward and just winging shots, missing a bunch, and Bone doing work, doing a phenomenal job making a miss, and he's already gassed out early. I mean, this is not good right now. I don't think Jobe can come back from this.
I won't count him out yet because Jobe is a beast. But this is not how I would have expected him to start the fight necessarily. And as you said, he's not even necessarily getting a lot of damage done with the stamina that he's exchanging. I mean, if he was crushing his opponent and losing stamina, fine. But Usyk's pretty much not hurt right now.
And he's making him miss, and he's making him pay, and Usyk's going to the body. There's a couple big shots, but look, I've seen that head caution sign twice now on Bone doing work. So Joe Frazier might be able to end it any time.
He definitely can, and that's why Frazier's always been my favorite boxer and who I love to use the most. And like you said, we saw that symbol of damage on Bone doing work just from one big left hook, pretty much put him in the danger zone. So maybe, hey, Jobe is a lot better boxer than I am, so I'm not one to question his strategy here.
76% stamina, 91% health, and look, 87% health from Usyk. So the damage is in the favor of Jobe. So he has a little advantage there. He's got to be so careful with his stamina, though. Unless he's going for the early kill, he's got to go. I mean, he's got to go hard here. 3 and 4, he's got to get the knockout. Maybe, I don't know. This is going to be an interesting fight as it develops. I'm excited to see what happens.
I will say this: Frazier has some of the best stamina in the division. Like his stamina, endurance, and conditioning stats are all 90 or even like 93, 94, like super, super high level of stamina. But that just goes to show, even with that, he's down this much. So yeah, he really is bringing the pain right now, or trying to. It's a pretty close fight.
Yeah, every time he gets in these exchanges, he's like wringing out all of the water of the washcloth, and then he just backs up. But he is hitting Bone doing work with power left hooks. Look, every time he lands that left hook, It's devastation. Every time he is super hurt. So that Joe Frazier left hook is, I think he's got a perk that allows him just to finish fights 20% or like
Yep.
a 20% knockout increase. Something like that.
Exactly. And I feel like that is most important and most effective when you actually have your opponent rocked. So if they could have like full health, but be in the stun state, if you hit him with that left hand, even a relatively average shot, it could be enough with that boost to knock them down, as well as the flash knockdowns too, which we don't see too often. But yeah, that left hook. But conversely, the right hand won't. It has, I think, a 10% less chance to knock someone down with Frazier. So
Okay.
you know, he's got to use that right hand sometimes, but it's more to set up that left hand, of course.
Every time Jobe is coming in now, these hooks are landing and they're devastating the health of Bone doing work, but still the stamina is so high. And that high block, Bone doing work really not able to do too much damage, but he is doing very well. Oh my God, there's the left hand.
Big shot.
There's a method
There
to
you
the
go.
madness.
There is. That's why I don't want to question him, man. Oh, he's going balls to the wall, and he's down to 67%, but he's doing damage. He's got 10% more health. You know, 78 versus 88. So,
Yes.
hey, only a few big shots have landed, but they landed clean, buddy.
Very clean. And that's very interesting as this fight develops. He's coming forward. He's throwing these power shots, but it's only round number 4. And Usyk with the full stamina bank it's going to be so interesting. And also something Bone Doing Work's doing a very good job of is he knows that these hooks are coming. He's an experienced fighter, and
Right.
he's making them miss and he's making them pay.
He is. No, to be honest, Bone is having a very good fight. I think he's weathered the storm well, even though he's got caught a few times. He needs, if I was him, I would probably be working the body a little bit to kind of accentuate the loss of stamina so that by round 6, 7, 8, you know, Frazier's got no stamina at all and he can try to make up some of the scorecards. But again, as I've said tonight many times, easier said than done. Nice body shot there, though. He must be listening.
Yeah, Bone cannot get in these exchanges where he's trading on the inside against Joe Frazier because that is where he gets in a lot of trouble. He needs to stay at range, use his head work, and keep popping him to the body, like you said. And so far, so good. You know, Bone not taking too much damage in round number 4.
Yeah, man. He probably wasn't expecting Jobe to come this hard this early, to be honest. So maybe that's what Jobe was counting on.
Man, he's throwing haymakers, Boiler.
And to be honest, I think that's a strategic mistake. Again, maybe it's part of the plan, but I feel like power punches are underpowered in this game. And Jobe could probably do just as much damage with regular hooks, you know, if he accumulated them. But then again, we saw Usyk's damage indicator flash, and he's taking shots, man.
And he every now and then when he sneaks in there, Jobe is connecting with a big left hook, and that damage icon keeps popping up. And who knows? I mean, he's putting a lot of pressure on the block too. He's landing shots, and I feel like damage-wise, yeah, look, 73% to 84% damage-wise, he's winning the fight. So this is going to be very interesting in these later rounds. Round number 5, we're at the midpoint of this fight, and Bone Doing Work's got to figure out how to do some damage of his own.
Exactly. But as he starts to open up, he's going to get caught more. That's the problem, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he needs to stay on his back foot and keep some of that distance. Usyk's got such great length and some of these directional punches. I think one of his perks helps with the directional punches, so he can kind of move and use the looping hooks and whatnot, especially that lead hook to keep the distance from Frazier, who, again, I love Frazier, but man, he's got some T-Rex arms. Usyk should be able to use that reach all day. Bone does not seem to want to do that, but hey, each his own.
That was a good shot by Bone Doing Work down the pipe, and that high block. What do you call that block? That high block?
Yeah, the cross block by Frazier there. Yep, it's very. I mean, others use it, but Frazier's probably one of the more well-known that use that cross block, and it's it has its advantages and disadvantages. One of the best advantages is it's super hard to get around that block. So you can throw hooks and straights and jabs, and it'll bounce off that. Now, I've always thought, and I think it played true when Foreman and Frazier fought each other, he's susceptible to big uppercuts because it can get through that cross block, especially when he's ducking and diving his head down. That's why Foreman knocked him down like 4 times in a row. Down goes Frazier. He just kept ducking into it. But except for that, the cross block is super effective. I think big shot.
Nice straights.
Hey, man,
My
Bone doing work, being
work.
patient, and now it's starting to pay off here, and that stamina difference is huge.
Yeah. It's very huge. He can't come forward. He's got to let his short-term stamina fully replenish. And, oh, my goodness, the stamina is so low on Jobe right now, and he has done the damage, but I don't know if he's going to be able to keep it up. But, again, he hurts him at the end of the round. A big shot again.
Man. 64-78. He's now up by 14 points on health. So he is doing the damage. That stamina is so, look at that, 94-46. That's one of the biggest disparities I've ever seen.
And now the stamina cannot go below 30% in Undisputed in the new update, I believe.
That is
so
true.
He's gonna have that pull forever. Or, yeah, I think he's like 45%. I didn't even see, but eventually he's gonna go down to 30. He's not gonna go any lower, and he's still gonna be able to land at least one power hook on that inside. So this is gonna be so freaking compelling as the fight goes into the later rounds. And we're going to see if Bone doing work can do that damage. That straight punch, that lean back straight was doing work in that last round.
It was, exactly. Kind of lean back, use that distance, and pop him and get away. He needs, that I thought he was going to connect big with that rear hook that he leaned back on. But point is, here's a question, and it is a little bit of commentary and opinion on my end. Nice shot. That's what he needs to be doing. Getting low stamina doesn't really hurt you too much in this game, certainly not as much as UFC. Like if we were watching UFC 4 and there was this much difference in stamina, the guy with the big stamina would win for sure, right? It's not as pronounced in Undisputed. I feel like guys move a little too quick with low stamina. They still are too accurate with low stamina. So Jobe might have been banking on that and kind of racing to get that knockout before he got too low.
Hurt him again.
Now, I don't think he wants to be in this position. He's going to have to keep going for it.
Bone is getting hurt in these exchanges big time, and that damage is leaking. And so you're saying that him having this low stamina doesn't increase the vulnerability of punches from Usyk?
It does a little bit, but not as much as UFC, and I think it needs a big boost. And also, their foot speed and hand speed is not slowed down too much. Unlike, again, UFC 4, you see guys super gassed out, really slow, right? Here, there's a little bit of effect, but not as much. So point is, I think Jobe was like, look, I'll roll the dice. I'll go down in stamina. I'm going to try to finish this in the 6th or 7th round. He hasn't got that yet, although he's got a lot of damage. He's probably winning on points. Question is, will there be a big difference in that stamina? I mean, will a big difference in stamina mean anything in the ring is what we'll find out soon.
90, and Usyk's actually seemingly gaining stamina as the fight's going on, and it's 57-57, even exchanges here, an even fight. But my goodness, here we go, round number 7, and let's see. I mean, at this point, I think Globe is completely at the bottom of his stamina barrel, and this is going to be kind of crazy to watch these last rounds. How is he going to win this? If he does, he is a freaking legend.
Man, I think Jobe still got a great chance to win. I know he's tied on the scorecards. I think he's probably up a little bit. There is a few rounds to go, and he's super low stam, but all it takes is one knockdown, right? If he can score one of those big shots right now and knock him down, he's going to get a 10-8 round, almost guaranteed.
Every time he comes close, Boiler, and he starts throwing those hooks, I get nervous. I tense up a little bit as I watch Usyk's face get smacked right there. That left hook is a powerful hook. Oh, man, but now you're seeing Usyk kind of dodge and go to the body, and that's going to put that's a lot of damage on the body. Oh, again, look at those body shots. Those are nasty.
Yeah, a rear hook right to the liver, dude, off a counter when your opponent's already gassed out. That's exactly what Bone needs.
For sure. 1 minute, 12 seconds left. Again and again going to the body, and that's going to mess up the blocking of Joe, because, I mean, the biggest weakness, obviously, is the body when he's using that cross block.
50 seconds left. No, to be honest, Jobe was not even worried about defense in this fight. He's just throwing all the heat he's got, man.
Can't wait to see the damage here as the round ends. 20 seconds, and now Usyk trying to find his rhythm a little bit. He's like, damn, my opponent's stamina is so low. What can I do to keep this guy off of me?
Well, speaking of 15-round fights that we kind of had. See, Frazier's used to 15-round fights, so he's fine. He's gassed, but he's still throwing. He ain't worried.
Jeez. That is
Nice, man.
crazy. All
71
right.
to 58 health. So, hey, Jobe's starting to take a little damage. Bonus starting to score a little bit. Obviously, there's still a huge difference, but he's caught him now in the last couple of rounds. Really starting to do some damage.
And it's so interesting because the heart rates are identical, but the stamina is so low on Jobe, so it's kind of weird.
Okay, breaking the fourth wall again. The heart rate thing's got to be busted in this game. I think it has a lot of potential, but it doesn't change at all. It doesn't mean anything. I'm hoping someday they'll use heart rate as kind of like mid-term or medium stamina. You got the long-term stamina, you got the temporary short-term stamina. The heart rate and managing that over the round should be important. I hope they'll add that. There's my commentary for the day on that.
Yeah, that was like the big thing about this game. Is supposed to be a simulation, right? So we'll see what the future holds. Right now,
Yeah.
right here, round 8 of 10, and nice stiff jab for Jobe coming in, still using that cross block, and Usyk just trying to figure out trying to figure out how can I end this guy. He's got low stamina. I don't want to get knocked out by a left hook, so I have to be patient. How do I win?
That's tough because he's not even really done too much damage, and Frazier's tough as nails. So even though he's got tons of stamina, it's so hard to hurt Frazier, man.
He's still throwing 3 power shots with perfect speed with literally 30% stamina. No wonder he came out like this. This is a good game plan.
I know, man. That's I know what I was saying. Like, is it really hurt to be on this low stamina? It does a little bit. There is a little effect. I know that, but not enough. And Jobe's like, hey, man, whatever. I don't think Jobe expected to get this far, though. I bet he thought he'd finish him by now.
You think so? You think he's worried a little bit? Or do you think he's like, this is exactly what I wanted?
He's got such a good mental state, and he's such a high-level fighter that he's like, well, I kind of screwed up. I got to finish it now. I can't pull back now. I got to go full forward.
Oh my God, they're gas.
He's fighting. Look at this.
What was the damage? I didn't see it.
It was like 64 less, I think. I don't know. Both guys are starting to get hurt. I guess the question is, can either of them stun each other?
It seems like Bone Doing Work is starting to chip away and starting to catch up on the damage. And with such a big stamina advantage, as we get into round 9 and 10, he's going to just be able to really finish this off good. Look, he's just straight into the body. Super smart. That's a good shot at range with Usyk. And we're going to see if Jobe can finish this. What is he made of? These left hooks are landing. Will it be the lottery left hook? And will the fight end? I don't know. Stay tuned, baby.
There we go. That's what we do here in the ESFL. Anything can happen. I've seen such crazy comebacks in all different games, Undisputed, UFC, and everything. So, Jobe, like I said, he's in for a penny, in for a pound. He ain't backing out at this point. If I were Bone and I really wanted to win, I'd be on my back foot right now, trying to score points and just win on that, not risking getting knocked down. But trust me, Bone doesn't fight like that. It's part of his allure. He has gotten 2 fights of the nights for a reason. He doesn't back up.
Exactly. One of the highest earners, $20. He wants $30. Plus, he wants the knockdown. Does he get 35? You get fight of the night and the knockdown and the point. That's like jackpot, baby. Exactly. That's like popping the pinata.
That's what we're looking for, man. I want to be paying out lots of bonuses. I want to be giving all the points. I want some finishes. But I'm telling you what, our competitors got some good defense, and no, this is one of the more active fights we see. And so I don't know, man. Finishing someone in this game is a little harder than you might expect.
I can tell, man. Holy smokes! 26 seconds left. Going to the body again and again, and Jobe's offense has definitely slowed down, and it looks like my man Bone Doing Work taking over this fight.
Taking over. Man, this could come down to a pretty close scorecard.
Oh man! Ding dong!
I thought he was going down, buddy.
I know, right?
I thought he was going down. 48 to 59 on the health, getting closer and closer, meaning Jobe's been taking some damage. And CompuBox has got it for Usyk. Maybe this was a big mistake, this game plan by Frazier. I don't know, man. Ain't over yet. 1 round. Can he get a knockdown? We'll find out.
He's definitely in some big trouble right now. You know, interesting game plan, a compelling strategy, but does not seem like Bone Doing Work is going to fall for it. But that's a big left hook. He needs more of those, but Bone Doing Work starting to find his rhythm, going to the body. going to the head, countering beautifully this head movement. And there's a lot of movement there from Jobe trying to go in.
Oh,
But every
nice.
time he approaches Boiler, he's just out of gas. He's in the car. It's on E. The light is flashing. There's no gas stations in sight.
That's the worst feeling. You ever run out of gas in your car before? I have. It's freaking embarrassing.
I have not, but I've had girlfriends that I had to go pick up because they keep running out of gas.
Man, I'm on the same level as Rob's girlfriends in my ability to plan ahead.
You want to be my
That's not a very
good
good sign. No, that's okay. I'll be your bestest streaming friend, though. All right, buddy. Buck 18.
Oh,
left.
big shots!
Definitely.
Can he finish it? Oh, to the body, buckles him down, goes Jobe.
And that might be enough to win on the scorecards right there. I mean, we saw CompuBox had him in the lead, but that's hard to trust. But a 10-8 round here to finish it off. You got to think Bone just one of the biggest upsets of the year, man, if he pulls this off against Jobe.
Yeah, I mean, that's a wrap. 40 seconds left. I don't think, unless Jobe gets a Hail Mary left hook here. Look at his head is low, and looks like Jobe is going to just go for the kill here, hopefully. Oh, he's throwing. Oh, tags him again. Jobe's in trouble. Here comes Usyk.
15 seconds. He wants that dollars. He wants the point.
Oh, eats a left.
This is as good old JR would say, this is a slobber knocker. Good shots.
Woo!
Hey,
Great fight.
We still got a few fights to go, but that could potentially be fight of the night right there. I mean, that's high in the consideration. We'll announce it at the end of the night, but that was a hell of a battle right there, buddy. What do you think?
Yeah, that was a very interesting fight to watch, and a crazy strategy to be implemented by Jobe, but a dominant performance in my opinion for Mr. Bone doing work with the upset, and he just looked like he outclassed him there. I mean, those early hooks were definitely damaging. It was definitely getting a little scary, but his ability just to get to the last couple of rounds with the big stamina advantage and then put his offense together and start fighting aggressively, get the knockdown later rounds and beat him up. I mean, that was just a stellar performance.
I'm looking at the head damage for Usyk. It was quite low, and almost all that damage happened in just the first few fights. So guess what, folks? We got Pryoxis up next. We're trying to secure that stream. We'll get to it, but look at this, man. We got let's review the next 3 fights because these are gonna be freaking epic.
All right, let's check it out.
Let's bring that card up. We got Pryoxis versus UncleTalent coming up next. You got to presume Pry is the favorite here, but everyone would have thought Jobe was the favorite in the last fight, and we saw how that turned out. So big fight for both Pry and Talent. Then we got Addict85, fresh off his win against Pry last week versus FightNightsFinest, who he's no dark horse, but I think he's not necessarily getting all the respect and clout he deserves. We'll see if he could beat Addict85, put people on notice for sure. And then the main event, dude, Losooo, EyeGameUWatch. Man, these next 3 fights are going to be legit. Can't wait.
Yes, and right before this Pryoxis, I want to do something extraordinary for our sponsor. I want to say big news, ladies and gentlemen, for our ESFL viewers starting September 1st, 2023. Yes, this year, the CFESA is launching yet another scholarship program worth $2,500 towards education and $1,500 toward clean tools. That's $4,000 up for grabs, folks.
Yeah.
And as you, as a fan of the ESFL, will get a head start on the crowd. So make sure you scan the QR code for our sponsor, CFESA, and just say thank you, because without them, this would not be possible to give all these amazing bonuses, to give out these McChickens, and to give these fight of the night dollar bills to our competitors. So shout out to our sponsor. But without further ado, Boiler, we got the superstar just hit 100K on freaking YouTube. My boy Pryoxis, one of the hardest working, most deserving, guys in the scene, in my opinion. He's fighting right now, and I know he's got a lot of fans out there. How about his opponent? You know a lot about Pryoxis. He's going to go out there and he's going to steamroll you. He's so technical. He's such a good boxer, and it's going to be an uphill battle. What do you think about his opponent?
So UncleTalent scored, I think, the second knockout of the season. So even though he's got 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 draw, does UncleTalent He's got to finish, so he's still in contention to make that Elite 8. He, well, at least what we're looking here. Okay, UncleTalent. Okay, well, we're going to try to work through technical issues, make sure they're good, get them to lock in. But it looks like UncleTalent's going to be on the right side of this screen. So Pry will be on the left. We'll have UncleTalent on the right, and we'll make sure they're doing remote play as well. So hopefully no lag and everything will be squared away. But we'll get this fight all set up, maybe reloaded if anything. But yeah, man, this is a chance for UncleTalent. People in the Undisputed scene know about UncleTalent, but obviously Pryoxis, he doesn't have 100K. He's got 102K. Just in the last week and a half, 2 weeks since he hit 100,000, he got to 102,000. He's hitting that critical mass. So a lot of people know Pry. Not a lot of people know UncleTalent. So if UncleTalent can score this win today, buddy, he's going to really have a name for himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pryoxis, 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 5 points. UncleTalent, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 draw with 1 KO, which gives him 4 points. Pryoxis yet to taste the KO victory, but that's just because he starts out these fights very methodically. He data analyzes his opponents, and then he gets better and better. Fights behind the jab, fights technical, and a game like Undisputed is somewhere where Pryoxis can shine very, very bright. Every game he touches, he is just so good at. He puts the hard work in. He teaches people how to play. UncleTalent, though, has a really big opportunity here to steal some of that thunder. If you could get a win over Pryoxis, you immediately become a name yourself. So a lot on the line, a lot of pressure on Pry, but even more on Mr. UncleTalent. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and pop right into the fight. We got the crowd loud and proud. Thank goodness. Everybody else that didn't have their freaking sound fixed, get it together, you fools.
Yeah. This is the Murphy's Law. We're breaking the fourth wall the entire night. But I will say thanks to a lot of the competitors. Everyone did pretty much show up on time and make it happen. We couldn't do it without you guys. So big respect. Big respect. All right, UncleTalent, Lomachenko versus Ryan Garcia's Pry. Hey, man, last week, Pry almost came back and beat Addict. He lost on points, but I think he got a rock or even a knockdown in that last round, and Addict just survived enough. Pry says, I'm going to get to that tournament. It's going to be 12 round instead of 10 round in the tournament, and I'm going to be a problem because I'm going to work my game plan and in those last rounds get those knockouts. So that's Pry. That's what he's coming off of. And, yeah, UncleTalent, on the other hand, he's had some ups and downs this season, and this would make his career with a win here, though, man. That's something he could always look back on.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, Pryoxis able to get this pickup. Ryan Garcia, he's so good with Ryan Garcia. His ability to stick and move right behind that jab, stay out of range, and build as the fight goes is going to be tough. But as Lomachenko being wielded by Mr. UncleTalent, I mean, he's so good as well. So we're going to see a lot here. But early exchanges are probably going into the favor of Pryoxis. Hard to tell, though, but that jab is landing again and again. Ooh, look at the body shot, the body hook after the fact.
Yeah, Pry is super methodical, super technical, and he's like that in UFC, but even more so in boxing because he knows he's got more time to play with, more time to frustrate his opponent, download the data. So, but let me tell you what, as soon as you think, oh, he's just kind of sitting back learning, and maybe he's not being active, that's when he'll catch you. So he got to always be on your toes, even when you think like Pry is kind of just sitting back. That's when he'll catch you sleeping.
Yep, and I think even in a game like Undisputed, it's even harder to deal with a guy like Pryoxis because in UFC you could kind of walk down, block, break. It kind of goes into the favor of the aggressor in UFC, but in a game like Undisputed, it seems like Pryoxis can really dominate. Not that he doesn't dominate in UFC as well, but round number 1, we got 96 stamina. 90, look at 100% for Pryoxis. He has not taken a breath. He has not sweated a bead of sweat.
Nothing at all. So they are playing on, I believe, Steam remote play, not Parsec on this one. That's why we can actually see their name, I believe. The point is almost no lag. And one of the nice things of this is we can see both guys' stamina, both guys' health, unlike some of the other matches. So it'll be interesting to see how it evolves.
Yeah, right now Pryoxis digging to the body a lot with that straight punch, but there's those hooks from UncleTalent. trying to find his mark, but Pryoxis keeping that block high and going low. Block high, going low.
Ooh. All right, buddy. I think Pry's starting to really pick him apart here. I'm starting to notice he's getting ahead on all this exchanges, and it's nothing too flashy. It's just a couple good shots and moving. But that will continue to snowball and continue to go up. I guess we'll find out quick what happens.
I don't know. UncleTalent's starting to find his rhythm here in round number 2. He's landing some hooks. He's snapping that head back on Pryoxis, and that jab too. I think he's taking over round number 2 here.
It's a commentary curse, as always. As soon as I start talking, he starts landing some big shots.
Dang, look at him.
One snapping the head back,
him.
like you said. Dang, Lomachenko, the southpaw. Some big shots there.
Very big shots. That jab coming forward. Ooh, both guys land nice hooks there. Pryoxis kind of bouncing forward, trying to find that jab a little out of range. Lomachenko, UncleTalent keeping that block high, and that jab is quick on Lomachenko, is it?
It is, man. Lomachenko's super fun to use, and we've seen him a few times this year for sure in this season. So the fact that he's southpaw and one of the highest rated guys, you know, he gives up a little bit in terms of length, obviously. Reach ain't that great, but super quick and powerful. Good stats all around.
Digging body shots by Pryoxis.
Nice.
Uses the peekaboo on the right side, connects again with the body shot. As we go into round number 3, a big right hook from UncleTalent as we conclude round. But there it is, folks. That's the danger of facing Pryoxis. The 85% stamina already dwindling, and Pryoxis still holding strong.
A couple big body shot counters by Pry that landed flush and really knocked that stamina down. But I don't know. I think it's a damn close fight right now, dude.
3 hooks in a row.
Triple up on it. They're both like bobbleheaded taunting each other. You see this?
Yes, I'm seeing it. Little mind games being played between these two. Boom. Jab lands for Pryoxis, but as well for UncleTalent. Now walking him down. Pryoxis trying to move and groove, but UncleTalent all over him. But the body health is getting tested. The stamina being drained. It's like UncleTalent's in a V8 Camaro, and Pryoxis is driving a Honda Civic out there.
Dang, man, he ain't gonna win that race, but I don't know. I think Pry is still working his game. He's cooking, as they say. He's finding those. Dang. Now, here's the thing. UncleTalent is obviously not scared. The light is not too bright for him. He's not shelling up or worried, and he's also not like fighting crazy, just button mashing, getting caught. He's fighting really disciplined and well-balanced game plan.
Yeah, I would agree. He's fighting well against someone like Pryoxis. He's definitely hanging in there, landing his shots. But Pryoxis is really overloading his brain right now, really going to the body again and again. And you can see UncleTalent really focusing on blocking low, the elbows coming down. But bam, there's the left hook, the exchange. And Pryoxis standing right in the face, being a little bit more aggressive this fight than usual.
Yes. Yes, I think for really high-level talented fighters, especially someone who's a little more methodical like Pryoxis, sometimes you think everything's going well and you're winning until before you know it, he's catching you. You're down, you've lost the last 3 rounds, and then you're like, oh, I better really start to turn up the pace, and that's where you really get in trouble against Pry.
Yes, sir. Pryoxis having a beautiful round in round number 3, really digging to the body. 79%, 88% on the head held. But look, the damage is being dealt by UncleTalent. He is finding his rhythm there in Pryoxis. 28-29 in favor of Pryoxis in the compute box. And here, or excuse me, no, in the favor of UncleTalent. Both guys have Pryoxis as their name, so a little bit confusing. But here we go, round number 4, and who knows, UncleTalent could be ahead.
Remember, UncleTalent's on the right, Pryoxis on the left, and I have to remind myself as much as anything. But I think the contrast in styles will help me kind of understand that, look, UncleTalent is trying to bring the pressure. Pryoxis is trying to use a little more technical skills, but neither of them's getting over on the other too much.
They're both clipping each other nicely. Power straight right down the pipe. A Pryoxis digging to the body, trying to get some of that momentum back. Snaps that left hand beautifully onto the chinny chin of UncleTalent. UncleTalent with a snap jab, though. He's trying to fight well, but Pryoxis is just so technical. Both guys having a phenomenal round.
They both are. I'm actually getting more and more impressed with UncleTalent. The first couple of rounds, I was like, okay, he's kind of beginner's luck, or yeah, he's coming out strong. Pry will adjust and start destroying him. No, it does not look like that. Pry's getting some good shots in there and is ahead on stamina, but
big shot by
good shots in there. He's hurt
big
too. Brian
UncleTalent.
Garcia's hurt a little bit. Yeah, man. All right, the heat is definitely getting turned up this mid-July card here on Undisputed ESFL, man. Coco, main. The rest of this fight's going to be awesome.
Sick body shots, though, by Pryoxis. Really mixing it up really well, using that new diagonal movement to his benefit, standing right in front of UncleTalent, and UncleTalent is taking advantage of this pocket, blocking well, too, blocking low, educated defense, and kind of walking down Pryoxis a little bit. Bam, catches him on that left hook. Pryoxis snapping his head back, though, with a nice straight punch, and this fight is heating up in round number 4, folks.
Definitely, man. That was definitely one of the more fun rounds of the entire night across all fights. And let's look at these stats here. 80 health. Both have 80 health. So Pry had a nice early advantage in the damage department, but he kind of gave that up in the last round or two.
He did. He's got the stamina advantage for sure. But as we talked about earlier in that last fight, the stamina does not really play that big of a part into the fight, but it definitely is important to control. And Pryoxis is in control of that, and again going to that body. Left hook lands. They're exchanging on the pocket. The snap jab from UncleTalent, and then a little bit of a breath. Both of these guys, but they are just exchanging. The heat is getting hotter. Can you feel it, Boiler? I'm getting sweaty. I need a towel.
I'm sweating up in here. I'm not gonna lie. My air conditioner is broken.
Oh no!
Degrees in here. Then I'm watching this fight, getting excited. It's just like, ooh, I'm gonna have to shower after this. That's all right. Sweaty Boiler. Let's do it.
Know you're gonna get on Undisputed and fight after this. You ain't taking no shower, you dirty
I'm
dog.
not streaming after this. I'm not streaming after this, man. It's been a long day, but a lot of fun. I'm gonna be gassed out. I'm gonna eat dinner and go pass out.
All right, then I'm streaming after this. I'm stealing your host, bro.
We're gonna do that. Everybody, we're gonna rob after this. You go beat up on him. You gonna play some Undisputed?
Yeah, no one's beating me. Oh my goodness, big shots by Pryoxis, moving and grooving, left hook lands, backing up UncleTalent. UncleTalent plodding forward though, Mexican style, trying to find his rhythm too, but Pryoxis just too damn good in there.
He is, man. I saw him catching with a couple big shots in there, kind of laying that web to get caught in. But again,
Charlotte's web, Boiler, Charlotte's web.
Pry's web, even more difficult to get through.
The prying mantis is on the assault.
There you go, buddy. There you go. But UncleTalent is, doing way better than I expected him to do. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, big shots by UncleTalent.
Wow, man. He's exploding when he needs to, and he's playing defense when he needs to. He came to fight today, no joke.
This is a damn good fight here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ESFL, the Esports Fight League Undisputed Season, week number 5. Are you having fun?
Dude, I'm having a great time. I think this game has a lot of potential, and when we have the rules set and the talent we have here, both UncleTalent and Pry, makes this game look like a lot of fun. Makes it look beautiful. So I'm really glad we did Undisputed Season this year, man.
Yeah, very successful season. These guys putting it on the line, being entertaining. The uncle of the talent here, putting it to Pryoxis. Pryoxis trying to find his straight punches, throwing out that jab again and again. He is lighting him up with a jab, body hook. UncleTalent still coming forward, eats a good shot on the right temple.
Pry needs more of that, and I've seen him been able to use that distance to get those counters a little bit more in the last few rounds. But being able to cut those angles and feint and get your opponent to overextend and counter, that's what he's really good at, and that's what he's been really starting to pour that momentum on recently.
Pouring it all over him is Pryoxis. The wasabi sauce is still big shots by UncleTalent connects. He's hurt. Pryoxis backing up on wobbly legs. The butterflies are fluttering, but he's coming back, stinging like a bumblebee. My goodness, the quick recovery for Pryoxis. Not going down today.
Huge shot, but honestly, Pry almost got UncleTalent hurt. Once he recovered, he landed beautiful combo and counters. So he's dangerous at all times, but all respect to Talent, man. He hurt him, and he could be winning this fight right now.
Who knows? But he's literally redlining with his stamina right now. He's throwing with no short-term stamina. Pryoxis digging to the body again and again, tagging that lower region, that lower hemisphere on Lomachenko, and he's forcing UncleTalent to really think about that block. But the damage, the head health of Pryoxis is being tested in round number 6.
They're both doing their little head bobble taunts. I feel like UncleTalent did not respond the proper way to hurting Pry. When he hurt him, right when they started to engage again, UncleTalent kind of went balls to the wall, left his defense out of the equation, and Pry was able to catch him with some good counters and made him blow a lot of stamina, dude. So obviously he won that round, I would think, but look at the stamina difference. It's really starting to add up.
It is, and also the damage is not only, you know, it's being evenly distributed onto UncleTalent, while UncleTalent is really just focusing on the head health of Pryoxis. Oh, big left hook lands for Mr. UncleTalent right there. Pryoxis throwing the jabs, popping them.
Yes, sir, man. This is coming down to the wire, I think. I don't think we're going to get a finish. I think we're going to get all the way to 10 rounds, and the question is, can Pry build enough momentum and maybe get a knockdown so we can have a chance on the scorecards? Last week, he came up just short. If there had been 11 or 12 rounds, he probably would have got the finish, but he lost on the scorecards. Will he adjust here versus Talent?
Oh, he's all over him right now, Boiler, really making him think about where to put his defense. The body shot onslaught continues, relentlessness, but big hooks by UncleTalent too. In fact, and here goes Pryoxis going to the body, swinging. They're slanging and banging in there. Who is going to stay alive? I don't know. Round 7, the stamina's so low, Boiler, and there's the swings from UncleTalent, but a digging, tremendous body shot by Pry.
I think Pry's going to be really tough to deal with the next few rounds, but he took a couple big shots, like literally as soon as I say that, UncleTalent catches him with a counter, but look at that stamina difference, man. Pry, he's going to start dancing a little bit more and countering potentially with this. We'll see. If he just wants to slug it out, though, I think that goes in UncleTalent's wheelhouse there.
I would agree, Boiler. He's, you know, throwing these nice shots when Pryoxis is on the inside of this foam booth. But Pryoxis just, I mean, eventually you've got to think these body shots are going to add up. One of these is going to cripple UncleTalent, and when his body shot is hurt, or when his body is hurt, what's that going to open up, Boiler? That's right, his head.
Yes, sir, man. Work that body and then go upstairs to finish him. He's down to 34% stamina, so Pry was able to get Talent to overextend a little bit and massive body shot counters. Like, this is where Pry wants to be. Maybe he doesn't want to be behind on the cards or still close, but everything else, his last few rounds are lining up nicely for Pry if he can finish him here.
Very good precision by Pry. Really being aggressive this fight like I've never seen him before. He looks like a wild, uncaged animal that is, he's like a, damn, I forgot my analogy, but man, he's looking real good.
Liger. I think that's what you said.
Oh, left hook lands.
Man. That's nice. Now, I love that directional dodge. It opens up so many opportunities.
UncleTalent trying to throw.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta keep throwing because, again, similar to last fight, in for penny, in for pound. He can't back off at this point.
Pryoxis is unloading. It's like an artillery strike here. Just so many little missiles landing perfectly. Precision is on his side. He looks nasty out there. He's in the flow state, Boxer. I'm too excited. I don't know what to say anymore. This is crazy.
I think this could be the fight of the night so far. Now, the last fight we had was really fun, but this one's a little closer, I think, potentially. Still got a couple rounds. Lomachenko's hurt. He's got that head health kind of indicator, meaning he's near rock state. So if Pry can keep working like he's worked this last round or two, I think he will get a knockdown before we're done with the night.
I think so. Finally, the durability on Lomachenko showing some cracks. But right as I say that, you see the alert on the screen. Pryoxis gets a nice little health checkup damage meter. He's not looking too good. But, my gosh, what a round number 8.
Great work by both gentlemen there. They're both
losing the mind.
They're both trying to work a little defense, but in the end, they're like, all right, buddy. one of us is gonna have to knock the other one out, I think. So, all right, man. I think Pry is in the driver's seat right now, but I think he's down by a round or two. So, if Pry can win the next 2 rounds, I think he's got the win. But if Talent's able to steal one of the next, either this round or the next round, or of course get a knockdown, I think Talent could win, man. So it's all up to this right here, last couple rounds.
Right hand lands for Pryoxis, snaps the head back, walking forward. He wants this win. He wants this freaking kill. A hunter. He's got him in the scope, and he's shooting elephant gun bullets all over. Big shot of the body, finally paying off. Here comes Pryoxis. He wants to knock down Pry.
I love to see that body work add up over the fight, and man, that was a perfect shot to the breadbasket. He lost all of his breath and then finished him, or at least knocked him down with another body shot. Lomachenko tough as hell, getting up.
And that is very scary for anybody that is an UncleTalent fan. The defense on the body, the abdominal muscles. Look, you can see it. It looks like a piece of bread. I don't even know what that icon is, but it's popping up on the screen, and it looks dirty.
It's dirty. It's dirty. Beautiful, beautiful body work by Pry, adding up over the fight. Now Talent's really got to worry about dropping those elbows, and he'll get caught right upstairs like you were saying earlier, man.
And now, yeah, that opens up the dome piece, because he's going to be thinking about that body. He knows he's hurt, but Pryoxis doesn't care. He doesn't care about the well-being of Lomachenko's stomach.
With some internal bleeding, I suppose, whatever it takes. Another big shot to the liver, man.
Someone's going to have to check UncleTalent's underwear, because I think he just shot himself.
Kissing for weeks, man.
Big shot, Boiler.
I like it. This is great work by Pry. He stayed the course. When things were getting a little shaky in the middle rounds, he said, you know what, I'm going to keep working the body. I'm not going to panic, even though I'm getting hurt, maybe outstruck. No, he's got him where he wants. He's up big on the cards, but he wants to finish, dude. He wants to finish. I know it.
My goodness, Pryoxis must think that there's some sort of oil reserves inside of the stomach of Lomachenko, because he is drilling him again and again, exhausting every sort of resource from his faculties. This is not good right now, Boiler. What does Mr. UncleTalent have to do? I don't know if he's going to survive this.
Oh. At this point, it might be a little tough. He's at that minimum 30% stamina. Doesn't mean he can't catch Pry and get a knockdown potentially, but at this point, at least if Compy boxes to be trusted, he needs a finish to win right now.
Teeing off out there, literally teeing off on him at this point. Pryoxis is so aggressive, and this is just a great performance. Look at him, he's all over him. He's Vegeta, he's Super Saiyan.
That was a beautiful combo right there, man. That's just, that shows the creativity that Pry's got.
Yeah, for sure. Man, he's all over him right here, Boiler.
Woo. Good work. Again, not over yet. Talent can still potentially catch him with a minute to go, but you got to think Pry. Oh, man. Pry ain't worried about that. He's looking for the flashy finish for his fans. For the McDonald's money and for the extra point.
Yes, here comes the legend in the final round, still as aggressive as before. The prying mantis all over his opponent. Again, rocks him. There's the icon stuck in the corner. Left hook, right hook. This could be it. He wants to finish. He wants the $5. He wants the Big Mac.
Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff. Talent's looking to survive. He was quite a game opponent. Did it much better than I expected, to be honest. Big shout out to Talent, but he just couldn't overcome the skill and the patience and perseverance of Pry. I'm telling you, Pry worked his game plan. He didn't get frustrated, didn't get flustered, made some adjustments, but he didn't throw the baby out with the bathwater and just kept working that body. And ooh, that was beautiful to see some of those stuns and huge damage from body shots, man. I like to see that a lot.
Man, that fight hyped me up. Wow, that was insane. That was intense. I've never seen Pryoxis go after his opponent like that. That was just put him in the shooting range and put him up like a target and just started popping shots at him the whole like later parts of those rounds. And damn, I am completely out of gas after that one, just like his opponent. My goodness.
We got a couple more fights Rob, and they're both just as good as what we just saw. But I'm telling you, that got me hyped up. That woke me back up. We had kind of a little bit of a slow start, a couple technical issues for the day. But man, I told you the Coco would really deliver. I think the co-main and the main will both bring the pain. We'll find out. But big congrats to Pry and UncleTalent, dude. You performed a lot better than I expected. That could be a favorite for a fight of the night. So not official, but I think that's my front runner.
I would have to agree. That was exhilarating. Wow. Okay. So Pryoxis could possibly get $10. He's got the 2 points, 7 points total for Pryoxis. So in the running, even more cemented in the possible top 8, depending on what happens in these next 2 fights. But ladies and gentlemen, Boiler still have the co-main event and the main event.
Yes, we got Addict and FightNightsFinest. I just told them both to lock in. Addict, of course, coming off the win against Pry last week. He was winning on points. Pry started to come back a little bit like today, except I think Pry learned from his loss against Addict. But let me tell you what, Addict has patience. We think Pry can stick to a game plan and Pry can be patient. He can. But Addict almost brings it to another level. And here's something funny, Rob. Both last week and this week, Addict had the choice of weight class, and he picked female or the women's divisions. He's the only person that's picked women's division the entire season, and he's doing it for a second week in a row here, man. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe I need to interview him and ask, but he thinks he's got a big advantage here, I guess, with the women's fights, the faster, quicker, I guess, weight class.
I wonder who's he picking in this division. We haven't seen too many fights in the women's division. Katie Taylor may be coming out. No, I don't know who these two are. Do you, Boiler?
Yeah, Cecilia Brakis and Jessica McCaskill. I do know Jessica. I've seen a couple of her bouts. The other one, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever seen any of her fights in real life. But hey, doesn't matter. This is esports fight league, and I know both these guys are top-notch killers. Here we go. I'll figure out who's right and who's right, because we're also obviously in another parsec or remote, so they have the same name. I'm not sure who's left, who's right. I'll figure that out. Start calling the action, sir. And I'll do
Addict is left and the guest is right. So Fight Night's right, Addict's left. Addict has 7 points so far, 3 wins, 0 losses, 1 defeat. FightNightsFinest 6 points this season, 3 wins, 1 loss, 0 defeats. So, FightNightsFinest is undefeated right now. So Addict has a big opportunity to give him his first L.
That he does. All right, man. Well, it's been a little bit of not much action this round so far. By the way, women, pretty sure they're only 2-minute rounds, which I had no idea that was the case. So I don't know if that's part of Addict's strategy, or if it's more that they're faster and a little less power, or what exactly it's about. But hey, he likes it that way, I suppose. And he won the, that was his choice. And FightNightsFinest gets first choice of boxer, which most people prefer because there's no mirror matches. You can make sure you get the best guy.
Love that.
For some reason, Addict uses his first pick on women's fight. It has to fit into his strategy somehow.
I would say so. That kind of totally changes the dynamic of the entire fight. You're literally shaving off 10 minutes from the whole fight, but we'll see Addict putting pressure here early. And FightNightsFinest keeping that block high, jabbing low. Nice little hook straight to follow that. Ooh, and a nice left hand as well for Mr. FightNightsFinest as we conclude round number 1 in this co-main event.
Yes, sir. So I have not sparred Addict. He and I were supposed to get in the ring and throw a few fists. Never ended up doing that, but I did spar against FightNightsFinest. Let me tell you, he is legit. Whether you come at him with full power or you try to sit back and be defensive, he'll adjust. He'll find your weakness. FightNightsFinest, one of the best out there for sure. But Addict85, he has just as much argument to be top of the food chain in this tournament. So we'll see what happens here. Round 2, buddy.
Round 2, and you're seeing both athletes really focusing. Every time they get a little bit close within range, their blocks are very educated. They're up. They do not want to get hit. The defense is locked in, and there's the body uppercut there for Mr. FightNightsFinest. Tags Addict on the way in with the jab, kind of stationary, bouncing around, doing very well here in round number 2.
He is for sure. Gosh, that shit. Should I say she is? I'm not sure. We'll just use they. How about that? Now, Addict with Cecilia Brackets. I don't know if you have the game open or you can look at the stats and the traits. I really want to see what the specialty is. I've never seen Cecilia fight, again, in real life or in the game, so it was definitely a surprising pick. But again, must fit into Addict's strategy somehow.
And you can see for some reason, Addict has like the 14-ounce gloves, and FightNightsFinest has like the 12-ounce gloves. So interesting discrepancy there.
Right? Is that true? It certainly looks that way.
That's how Addict's winning these fights. No, he's got plaster in his gloves.
Put a brick in there, like 1930s or something.
Damn.
Well, I don't know, man. Do you have a feel who's winning this fight? I really can't tell.
It's very even. You know, you're seeing FightNightsFinest really fighting off his back foot, catching Addict on the way in. But sometimes Addict, when he does come in, he sneaks in a couple punches. I would say FightNightsFinest is probably winning this fight if I had to guess.
Okay. Very hard for me to tell. That was a good little sequence, possibly to end the round. Again, only 2-minute rounds, so limited ability and time to land that. Based off the health and stamina, that's pretty damn even. This is one where the judges go either way so far, I think.
Yeah, this is a very close exchange. We'll see how round number 3 goes. Addict taking the center. FightNightsFinest opting to just let her, have it. That was a nice little combination there. Little jab out of range.
Caught Addict out of, wasn't ready for that maybe. Still thought it was between rounds and got caught up a little bit. Defend yourself at all times.
Most definitely. A way different pace than we just saw. A lot more technical. Way slowed down, much more defensively minded, and that jab popping out for Fight Night. Going to the body as well with it.
Yes, and presumably we're not going to see a knockout on this fight. Of course, I probably just jinxed it. Almost had a flash knockout right there, literally. But you would think, point fighting and winning on accuracy and overall volume is probably the way to go in these women's weights. So that's what they're both really looking for. Neither of them overextending. Neither of them really going for any sort of heavy damage. More like they want to score. They want to get out of the way. They want to win on points.
Yeah. These guys are boxing, right? That last fight we saw the storm, Pryoxis, and this fight they're definitely they know that what's on the line. A win here can really cement their spot. Oh my God, that straight punch was dirty.
That shot of the night,
did. You could hear it.
Yep.
Echoing.
Addict is starting to turn it up a little bit. I don't know if he caught something and kind of figured out a tendency or something to Fight Night, but he caught him with 2 or 3 big shots.
Yeah, and you see Addict, after he landed those shots, FightNightsFinest is coming a little bit forward. He wants to get those back. It's changing the dynamic of the fight. He wants to get those. Snaps his head back, but he's getting a little bit more aggressive now. Uppercut. Oh my goodness. Uppercut jab combination for Addict. Beautiful stuff as we conclude round number 3. And he hurts him. Look, the icon pops up.
Yes.
Boiler. We heating up.
Ooh, we are. Both these guys, both these gals, a little slow to start, but throwing a little more volume. And I think Addict is kind of setting traps. But looking at the scorecard, he's down. So he might be setting traps, but you can't, wait too long, especially with these shorter rounds. You can't go down 3, 4, 5 to nothing unless you're going to get a finish. And at this rate, it doesn't look like there's going to be a finish. So we'll see if Addict changes it up or if he just stays the course and says, hey, I don't care about CompuBox. I'm working my game right now.
Yeah, sometimes you can't listen to CompuBox. Sometimes that's not even the real judges' scorecards.
Oh, exactly.
FightNightsFinest, coming forward now. Now he's taking the center of the ring. Keeping Addict on the outside, but now they're kind of coming closer together. But very hesitant here.
Good job not saying octagon.
Yeah.
Really good job pivoting. Great job.
You knew I was about to say it, though. It was on the tip of my tongue.
That's all right. You got it. That's why you're the pro, and I'm the fifth string commentary that had to come in today. But I'm having a hell of a time, Rob. I'm glad we got to be in the booth together.
Yeah. think it's a first for us. I don't know. Maybe in UFC we did it, and I just don't remember. But yeah, I'm having a good time as well, baby.
I think it is our first time. Maybe. We did it, buddy. I won't be your girlfriend, but I'll always remember this beautiful, beautiful day of fights. All right, man. We got 40 seconds left. Fight Night's
body shot.
He's the body. That was one of his best shots of the fight, to be honest.
That was a good one right there. Now using the diagonal movement to get in the inside. 30 seconds left. Addict staying at rhythm, staying at range. I meant to say, there's the left hand, the right hand exchanges. Both guys punching just a little bit too far away. The block is up. The defense is very nice for both of these guys.
One thing I've been noticing, Fight Night's Finest has been switching between the loose movement and the regular kind of guard. Right, see, it just changed the white symbol under next to McCaskill of like the person that's running her big shots.
What does that do? What benefits do you get? Talk to us.
If you're able to, if you move into that fast movement or loose movement, they call it, you move a little faster, you do a little more damage, but you also take a little bit more damage. So it's a little riskier. You're a little bit. Some people stick to the standard, some stick to loose movement. I've been seeing Fight Night Finest switch back and forth a lot.
I did not know that it increased your speed either. That's good to know.
Yep. I think
perfect.
I think your hand speed, definitely your foot speed though.
Sick. Yeah. All right, here we go. Round number 5. I have no idea who's winning this fight. It's very close.
It is. Every time I think one's getting the advantage, the other one catches them with a couple big shots. I think that last round might have got the Fight Night's Finest, and we saw that CompuBox gave the first 3. I'm gonna say Fight Night's Finest is maybe up 3-2, or I guess this is, let's say 3-1, because this is round 5 right here. So probably 3-1, maybe 2-2 is what I'd put it at.
Yeah, it's very close. Could be. In the center, body shots being exchanged. Left hook as well for Fight Night's Finest. Starting to find his groove here, and you're seeing Addict really trying to move his head out of the way and get a counter shot. Like right there, that straight punch has been money for him throughout this fight.
It has been. One thing that's been a lot of fun about this fight, and a couple good stun there. There's no lag because they're playing that remote play, so we're seeing real clean boxing. And as a fighter, having little to no lag just makes you feel so much better and allows you to use the little techniques, right? The feints and the little bobs that you can't do when you're like having ping spikes, you know?
Right, definitely. And I feel this round so far has been in the favor of Fight Night's Finest. He's landing the better shots. Oh my goodness, but there is Addict to lay down some cement. Oh, but the body shots.
Good work by Fight Night's Finest there. I think he stole the round, if anything.
Yeah.
Okay, now I think it's at least 3-2 Fight Night's Finest. But hey, I'm a crappy judge. I would be just as bad as a real judge, let me tell you. So, but I think just looking at these stats, 84 health for Addict compared to 98 for Fight Night's Finest, you got to think Fight Night's Finest is winning right now.
Right. I wonder what the power differential is between Jessica and Cecilia. But the freaking power punches have been landing. The damage has been done. Round number 6. And now you're seeing Fight Night's Finest kind of putting on the pressure a little bit, taking the center, taking the corner, pressuring Addict, and Addict trying to throw to respond back. But there's the left hook to the body, the left hook to the head. Addict in a little bit of trouble here.
Addict is in a little bit of trouble. I think Fight Night's Finest like, look, I feel like I'm up on the cards pretty handedly. Still got,
best combo of the fight.
Pressure. Yes, it was. Let me start bringing some of that pressure. I have, a little bit of room to play with. Maybe I can get a bigger lead or even get a knockdown. Big shot. Got to be careful. Can't chase too much. But so far, Fight Night's Finest is bringing more volume and pain without really overextending himself too much.
Yes, sirree. Landing some power shots, opening up in combinations. Addict moving all over the place, trying to stay off that center line. Beautiful counter there by Addict. Really doing a good job of moving and taking opportunities when he sees them, but it's just not enough. Fight Night's Finest is still in control, I believe, of this fight, and Addict needs to find a way to change the tide here.
Now, we can't guarantee anything, but more than likely, both these competitors are going to make the Elite 8. They've already put in so much good work this season that more than likely they are. But here's the thing. They're fighting for seeding, right? So there's going to be a seeding just like normal, 1 through 8. And you want to be that higher seed, let me tell you, because you never know what's going to happen. And oh, by the way, there's a championship belt and a lot more monetary bonuses in that finale. So, you know, you're going to be able to buy double the McDonald's. Let's just say that.
Wow. That is a big bonus right there. Stay fueled, and you get a nice little heavy belt to hang up. That's what I'm talking about.
The real prize. That, you know, $500+ value, the sickest belt. Well, I mean, the ESFL belt was sick, but this one looked really good. Sweat and tears of Boss Man.
Oh my God. I remember the ESFL belt was awesome. I got to see that in person in Vegas, and I'm sure the boxing belt will be just as, if not better.
It was hefty, man. It was legit. It's not plastic at all. I don't think it's not made out of like pure gold by any means, but it is some high quality material, and can't wait to give that away as well for some of our prizes this season.
Nice left hooks. Oh my goodness. Beautiful left hooks from FightNightsFinest, really doing some damage here in this round.
That was one of the best step off counters I've seen all night. Beautiful work.
This is a great boxing match. These guys are very technical.
It is, for real. People might be like, oh, no one's getting knocked down. There's not a lot of action, and you know, it's a woman's bout. I don't care. When you got these 2 top-level competitors and you know what you're looking at, you're seeing high-level gameplay, and it's been a lot of fun, man. It's really tough to follow Pry versus UncleTalent, not going to lie, but this has been a fun fight for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely a great boxing match. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I'm sure everybody out there is as well, because look at these shots. I mean, they are exchanging. They're just being a little bit more defensively minded, and the head movement from Addict is phenomenal, but still the target is being found again and again by FightNightsFinest.
It is, but just as we say that, Addict gets a nice counter jab. Here's the question. Addict's probably got to presume he's behind big on the cards. You're going to start really throwing leather is the question, especially these last couple rounds. Look, McCaskill had that damage indicator.
Oh, yeah.
This fight isn't over yet.
No. We still have 8, 9, and 10, and we've seen Addict land some devastating punches. So round 8, 9, and 10, these last rounds are so important for Addict. He really needs to find some aggression, find his mark, and devastate with some big bombs. But against a high-level opponent, Boiler, that is so dangerous just to let it fly like that. This isn't UFC. You got to be smart with it.
That's probably the biggest difference when you go from UFC to this game, is learning a little bit of patience, learning, hey, just because you didn't knock him down that round doesn't mean you need to go crazy the next round. Like, you got a little bit of time to play with. Now, again, though, these are only 2-minute rounds with the women, so that kind of cuts it down.
Cuts it down, and I am not complaining. This is fast-paced. This is a great exchange here. There's the straight punch with the left hook again, lands on the face of Addict. Now approaching midpoint of this round. Here comes FightNightsFinest, dig into that body. Addict still really unable to do any significant damage.
You know, it's kind of crazy, like, just watching this without looking at their health in between rounds. I'm like, yeah, FightNightsFinest is winning, but it's a pretty close fight. But you look at the health. I think FightNightsFinest had 98 health and Addict had like 80. So even though it doesn't look like a lot of damage is being done, it's starting to accumulate, and it is the big difference maker here.
Good right hand, left hand combo there for Addict, Boiler. That's what he needs.
Like it. I like it a lot. Addict's not out of this yet at all. I mean, the judges are crazy. He might only be down a couple rounds. If he can steal this round and win the next 2 and maybe even get a knockdown, totally can still win this.
You're trying to put Addict into the basement.
Lock the door. You ain't getting back up.
Yes, sir. Now coming towards the corner. He's trying to move left, stay out of the range of FightNightsFinest. Throwing that uppercut, but there's the block. Defense on FightNightsFinest looking phenomenal here. Jab, straight punch. Here comes FightNightsFinest again. Stationary combos.
This is good work, man. This is good work. FightNightsFinest really following his game plan well, I think. Remember, Addict has not taken a loss yet this year. He's 3 wins, 0 losses, and a draw. He had a draw against EyeGameUWatch, who's in the main event. So that just shows how legit FightNightsFinest and Addict both are, man, for real. So but we'll see. Addict might be taking his first loss here.
See, that'll be a big win for FightNightsFinest if he's able to get that 0 to a Brady. Oh, straight punch, or excuse me, a jab. And this is where Addict needs to start taking over here. Rounds 9 and 10. He needs to come forward. He needs to let it go. Maybe be a little risky and take one to give one. There's another straight punch, left hook.
I like to see that where you kind of fake the punch. Your opponent goes for the counter, and you're just sitting there waiting for you to counter the counter. That's a big part of boxing, to be honest, countering the counter.
Right hand, bang, left hook. Oh man, now they're fighting. Oh!
They're both hurt though.
Did he just taunt?
I think he did. I don't know if this was on purpose. And Addict
sick.
actually had the damage indicator himself, but just ran through it. And just, I guess that was a taunt.
That was crazy. That was so cool. That's what you need if you're an Addict fan right there. Addict again with a sniper straight down the pipe.
Does Addict know that FightNightsFinest got no block? It doesn't matter. Bro, he's hurt. Ooh,
Revenge.
big
Bang.
shot.
Oh my goodness. Down goes Addict.
Oh, simultaneous.
What is that?
Beautiful replay.
Replay. No, let the replay play. Why are you pressing through it? Damn.
That replay. In the last patch, they added the replay. No one's really watching it. It only works if you're in Parsec, though. It's not online, unfortunately. But this game looks beautiful at times. We need to see those replays. Anyone else on Parsec or on remote play, let us see those replays if you can. But regardless, that was a fun sequence of events, to say the least.
That was awesome. The replay looks so good.
It was a good angle. I really like the replays. They look good in this game. UFC needs to take a little bit off that. I think UFC replay. Need some help.
FightNightsFinest.
Woohoo! Who said the women can't bang, man? We're seeing some action. We're seeing some damage. They are not just going to pitter patter into a decision, man. Both these guys want to finish them.
Damn, that point, the $5 on the line. This fight, every single round is in the favor of FightNightsFinest. Bang, but here comes Addict. He says, hold up 1 second. I'm still in this. I'm coming forward.
I'm not taking that loss. I want some chicken McNuggets. Let's go.
Woo. Here we go.
Oh, I thought that was the finishing punch right there. That looked like a perfect counter, that right hand.
Bang, left hook lands.
Once either of them starts to get an advantage, the other one comes right back at it, man. I'm not going to say this is the fight of the night, but it's turned into a hell of a fight these last few rounds.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Big uppercut lands. Out of breath is Cecilia. No stamina left, but still standing their ground. Addict knows that he needs to do something wild here to win. He knows he's down on every scorecard, so he's standing his ground valiantly. FightNightsFinest is just so nasty. He's not going to go down easy, and he's been sniping Addict.
Woohoo! I love it, man. I love it. 1 minute left.
Well, fight.
He's hurt. FightNightsFinest is hurt. Not backing up, though.
Jabs. Here comes FightNightsFinest. Left hook lands. Addict is hurt. He takes that right angle. Right hand to the face. Left down goes. Addict against the rope. Boom! Bang! Holy shite! That
On
is
the way down
dirty.
with that nice lead hook. Telling you, I like those replays. Good stuff. Good stuff. This fight ain't over, but it's damn near.
He's trying. He can't do it. He's slipping, but he finally gets it.
Under pressure, made it happen. Doesn't want to give up that extra bonus point at the least. 20 seconds.
Woo! What a co-main event. What a damn contest.
It really is. You got to wonder if that loose movement by FightNightsFinest started to add up both the speed and the extra damage. It's risky, though.
5 seconds left.
And FightNightsFinest, it's hurt. I said that was risky. Hey,
What an end.
I like it. Great fight. Great fight, ladies. Good stuff, man. That was a fun fight for real. First few rounds, I'm like, I'm not too sure about this. But we were so spoiled by Pry versus UncleTalent. But I'm telling you, those last few rounds were really fun. Great action.
They were.
Addictive fight night. Salute both you guys, man. Wow. FightNightsFinest was way ahead on the scorecard. So I guess CompuBox was right. Holy cow.
Man, oh man, that was just a sweet, like you said, the fight started off a little slow. You know, they were definitely just going in there to try to make their reads and try to figure out, their strategies and implement them. And as the fight went on, you saw Fight Night Savage is slowly building, and Addict really throwing that right hand nicely right down the pipe. But so was FightNightsFinest, and damn, that was a good co-main event. That was exhilarating with the 2-minute rounds and the females. I mean, you put on a performance. What a co-main event! Good matchmaking tonight, Boiler.
I'm the matchmaker, judge, jury, executioner, wrangler, and commentary. But again, all the respect to the actual competitors who put in all the work and show up every Sunday. And hey, man, the game might be in early access. It may need some tweaks and some improvements here and there. But when you get this top-notch talent and they fight with honor, they ain't cheesing, right? There's no glitches or weird stuff going on here. They got the honor. They fight for honor. They ain't freaking cheesing, and they make it a fun show. So respect to both those competitors, dude. I can't wait. They may end up rematching in the final 8. You never know, man.
They ain't Manny Longlegs in UFC, and they ain't Clippers in UFC. They got honor, right, Boiler?
They do.
Hell
honor,
yeah,
man. You can never take my honor. So, I guess without further ado, it's time for the main event. We got Losooo. We got EyeGameUWatch. Losooo says he's in the bathroom. I know what it's like. Right before a fight, you get a little tummy tickles. You got to hit the toilet a couple times. Losooo, though, we're waiting on you, buddy. You got to fight. Get out of that locker room. I don't know if you're doing it for the drama or you really got some bowel issues, but come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Rob, while we wait for Losooo, why don't you talk about our sponsor, CFESA? Why are they so important to us, and what can they offer our viewers?
Because, guys, do you enjoy troubleshooting and solving problems, chat? How about working with tools or using your hands? Do you want a career that's AI and technology can never replace? If you answered yes, ladies and gentlemen out there watching this event, a career as a commercial food equipment technician may be the perfect career fit for you, and all you got to do, you see the QR code on the screen, you scan that during today's broadcast before it ends, and you learn more about the career opportunities in our industry. And that's the CFESA, and that's $4,000 up for grabs if you want a career in a up and coming dynamic business working with your hands. If you didn't go to school, it's all cool because you could still make some paper.
Some real good money, real good job security, and heck, you can turn that into your own business at some point. So get the training, get some of that experience, and from there, you can make what you need to make out of it. And I think that point that you said that AI and technology ain't going to replace someone with the technical skills and the good work ethic to go out into the real world and fix some things. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? We're going in, man.
Oh my goodness, the main event. They've already started the fight. Let's get in there, baby.
Looks like Losoo's on the right. I think Losoo's on the right as Roy Jones Jr. and Calzagi's EyeGameUWatch. EyeGameUWatch likes to use Calzagi a lot, and Calzagi's a lot of fun, man. Well, they're already launched, but what can you tell us about these two competitors, Rob?
All right, both of these guys have 8 points in control of this season right now. The two leaders, Losooo, 4 wins, 0 losses, defeated kyoungbutta by decision in week 1, and that is a dynamic, dominant win. But EyeGameUWatch, the swag daddy, the pelvic thruster, 3 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw, and 1 knockout with 271K TikTok followers, ladies and gentlemen. The real deal. The main event is here. And one of these guys is going to lose. And one of these guys is going to take control of this entire season.
Nice, man. So EyeGameUWatch, no losses yet. He's had 1 draw. That was against Addict85, who we just saw take his first loss. So really, there's a lot of parity at the top here. This guy beats this guy, but this guy beats this guy. This guy draws here. It's like MMA math, but even more complicated boxing math.
Here we go.
Out in here, it's a little low. We'll try to adjust the volume, and regardless, I know we're gonna get fireworks, so we're not gonna have any problem freaking being motivated and psyched up here, buddy.
Never, not in the main event. Not with these two competitors right before our eyes, and very interested. Roy Jones Jr. is hard to deal with. We'll see how EyeGameUWatch utilizes Joe Calzaghe.
And Roy Jones Jr., who's Losooo, is actually fighting southpaw. So again, since match you're able to switch stances. Now Kawasaki is normally a southpaw, although he does sometimes switch stance as well. But you got to wonder if Losoo's like, look, I knew he was going to be Kawasaki. I'm going to try to negate his southpaw advantage by going southpaw myself. That's what we're seeing, at least.
Oh yeah, switching back and forth, but still maintaining southpaw. And EyeGameUWatch just kind of floating around using his, footwork.
He went orthodox. EyeGameUWatch went orthodox. No, he's back to southpaw. In Kawasaki, the actual character motion, he will sometimes just like switch stances on you without you even doing it, if only temporarily. So it kind of can throw you off. But I think EyeGameUWatch likes that, and I think he likes to fight on both sides like that. But again, Losooo orthodox now. I doubt EyeGameUWatch expected him to come out southpaw, but he went back orthodox. Losooo wants to keep him off balance, obviously.
Yeah, and Losoo's doing such a good job of cutting off EyeGameUWatch when he goes left, he cuts right, and he's staying in a good range, and he's tagging him with these shots. Nice little jab, nice little straight, and I think he's picking him apart early and taking round number 1 is Losooo.
I think so. He's looking really good. And Roy Jones is so freaking fast and good in this game, dude. No joke. I know some people think Kawasaki's one of the meta picks, but I'm telling you what, man. It's hard to find anybody better than Roy Jones in this game.
True. He's so reactive, so fast, so powerful. He's so hard to deal with, and his head movement, his counters. He's the cat's meow in Undisputed, isn't he?
You could call him that, Rob. Here's a problem. We kind of got a little spoiled in the last couple fights because we were able to see both fighters.
I know.
Stamina and health. Now it's a little bit of a mystery. I don't think he took too much damage. EyeGameUWatch is probably near 100 health and stamina as well. But hey, it'll be a little bit of a mystery to us. So we'll have to, just like the crowd and just like Roy Jones himself, Losooo, we're not going to know exactly how hurt Kawasaki might be or how gassed he is. We're going to have to kind of react on what we see presented to us.
Yep, we have to use our imagination for this one.
You know it.
But
I like it. So I think EyeGameUWatch, just my opinion, probably got a little maybe thrown off that he's fighting a southpaw right there. Let's see if he can gather himself. He's moved to orthodox, so both fighters in switch stance at this point. Definitely some mind games going on there.
a lot of footwork from EyeGameUWatch, moving left, moving right, stutter stepping, switching directions, not being a stationary target. There's an uppercut lands flush for Losooo, man. He is tagging EyeGameUWatch.
He's getting a little bit more of that volume, but we're still seeing some good defense movement by Kawasaki, trying to get some openings to punish Losooo, but Losoo's not really biting on some of those, so that's huge for him. If he can not bite and not fall into the traps that EyeGameUWatch sets for him, that'll be huge for Losooo.
100%, yeah, not falling victim to chasing, just cutting off and throwing these, just simple punches, the jab and the straight. He's also switching stances here back in southpaw and just, piecing them up, just point fighting them and not worrying about all this movement and just winning rounds.
Exactly. Just putting those rounds in the bank, and hey, everybody wants a finish, but getting a good lead early. Big shot though on the onto the open side, so right on the spleen of Losooo.
Spleened them there, Boiler. Spleened them, and we're gonna see, or we're gonna have to witness when does EyeGameUWatch decide to switch. Damn, he just ran right into that right hook of Roy Jones. But look at him moving and grooving, dipping and dodging. Is that Ben Stiller in there, Boiler?
The five dip, dodge, dive, duck, and dodge.
Dive, dip, duck, dodge, and
dodge again. I don't know. We did it right the first time. You threw me off, Rob. It's okay. No, we're having it's all good. It's all good. It's been a long card, but we've seen some good action, some good fights here in the main event. 2 rounds down. I suppose Losooo won both rounds. That second round seemed a little closer. Hard to tell, though. Hard to tell. Still could be anybody's fight if someone can start to, get some dominance and work their game plan a little better.
100%. Number 3, more of the same. Not too many adjustments. Just still Left hooks to the body, left hooks to the head, but EyeGameUWatch kind of letting it fly a little bit more. Ooh, but 1-2 down the pipey for Losooo. Connection, but the body shots by EyeGameUWatch connecting.
They're going back and forth so nicely. It's like once one guy starts to get the advantage, the next one gets a good counter, and vice versa. I like it.
Ooh, piecing him up is Losooo.
That's what Roy Jones can do, man. Awkward angles, great left hook, great right straight.
Bouncing around. Losooo misses that hook. Yeah, devastating body shot by EyeGameUWatch. Keeping a big distance in between him. Shuffles back. Here comes the jab from EyeGameUWatch. The straight punch as well. Ooh, combinations. He's teeing off a little bit here. Losooo feeling himself this fight. A lot of movement from EyeGameUWatch. Constantly on the bike.
That's one of the best things I'm seeing from him today is that, especially right there, kind of that double directional weave and then coming up with the counter.
That's nice.
Sometimes throwing in a single one. But look at that. Roy Jones, Losooo is just so fast that he's just like, okay, fine. You got a nice counter on me. Here's 4 shots right back at you.
Wow, you could tell he's really practiced a lot. EyeGameUWatch looks very fluid, like the movement, the diagonal, the step backs. He looks very good out there. He's kind of floating around like a butterfly, but you know the volume from Losooo is oh my god!
Oh my gosh! Did he get one shot and knocked down, or did he take a knee by accident?
Was it a jab to the chin? How do you take a knee?
Yeah. He definitely took a knee. I think it was on accident, though. It's not like he was rocked and trying not to take more damage.
Oh, no.
That might have been a mental mistake. I'm not sure, but that cost him a knockdown right there for sure, dude.
Yeah, that is not good. That's a 10-8 round, right? If you take a knee, 10-8 round, I would guess. And that's another big round in the bag. Losooo, who could be up 3-0, 4-0, or at least point-wise. But dang, boy, so far so good for the contender.
Yeah, no, he's looking great.
Hey, there's no
again, EyeGameUWatch is really, hey, they're all champions in our heart, but we will be crowning the first real champion week 8. So look forward to that. This is week 5. But EyeGameUWatch, I felt like he was starting to get a little momentum, a couple good counters, some good movement. And yes, he did get caught with a really nice punch, but it was totally not enough to hurt him. He wasn't rocked. He didn't have the damage indicator at all. I think he accidentally took a knee. That's the only thing I could think of right there.
Right, maybe try to taunt, maybe try to do a couple pelvic thrusts mid-fight and just accidentally took a knee because he kind of got hit by like a left jab, but then looked like his body was hurt. So interesting developments here in this finale.
Yeah, man, for real. It's tied up allegedly. So, oh man, I don't know about that. The CompuBox gave EyeGameUWatch the first 2 rounds, and obviously he just lost that one. So they're calling it a tie right now. I think Losoo's up by at least a point, if not 2, though. But that's just me. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? We do not know. But what I do know is this movement from EyeGameUWatch is going to start leading to some success. He's looking real comfortable in there implementing this. But Losooo is just really not falling for it too much. He's kind of just popping him.
Yes, he's like, okay, you're going to do a double bob and weave or directional dodge, whatever. Dang. Go for it. I'm not going to just start throwing punches and let you counter me. I'll let you do that, and I'll let you throw your counter punch, and then I'll punish you after you miss a bunch. I mean, that's the theory, at least. What is he doing? It's like turning his back on him.
He's staying away. He's like, yo, I'm not coming forward if you're doing all this sort of shuffling, man. I'm out of here.
That's fair enough, dude. That is fair enough, I suppose. He hasn't been stepping back much today, but it's like, look, he thinks he's up. Damn close fight, but no reason for him to just keep pressing forward and fall into those traps EyeGame's trying to set.
Ooh.
Big shot.
Right hand connects.
Bang,
bang. Yeah, he's playing with house money right now. You know, I guess the fight could be tied technically, but he's probably ahead, like he said. Nice right hook lands for Mr. EyeGameUWatch. Now they're starting to heat up a bit. The movement's slowing down just a tad for EyeGameUWatch.
It is. Can't see the stamina or health, obviously, but I presume it's just a little bit lower than Losooo, but
does all that movement take stamina when you're just bouncing around all over the place like that? I don't think it does, huh? Like no long-term stamina.
Nope. Now, if you do a lot of that head movement over and over, it will drain a little bit. I personally think it needs a little bit more of a stamina drain if you kind of use it too much.
Left hook.
Nice work there. But yeah, anyway, the way the game's set now, it doesn't really take too much.
Welcome to the Losooo Legion. Number one, smell blood. Oh, yeah.
Losooo gets it to merit. Thanks,
Woo!
Losooo.
Dang.
You're a great fan,
That's gonna play mental. That's gonna play into the mental game here in the commission.
Knowing
You can get a
Losooo,
merit
he's not-
mid-fight.
Losoo's not going to care knowing this kid, but we're gonna make sure that this does not happen again on stream. But all good, all good. But congratulations on the new follower, Losooo. Now see if you can get a win here. How about that?
And here we go. His performance just looking good out there. Oh, a nice little cheer as well by Bazoot GTA. Let's go, baby. It's getting hype in here. Round number 5. Losooo could be in the lead. Our finale, our main event. Losooo, Roy Jones Jr., Joe Calzaghe. EyeGameUWatch.
You know, both these guys are, in my opinion at least, top 4 fighters on the roster. Possibly top 2, top 3. I expect either of these to make it potentially to the finals. So, close match. Looks like Losoo's getting the best of them, but we still got, pretty much 6 rounds. Remember, we just went off a woman's fight that was 2-minute rounds. We're back to 3-minute rounds, and we're not even halfway through. So, still a long time till the end of this match.
Yeah, and it seems like this is a situation where both guys feel like their strategy is winning them the fight. So it doesn't seem like too many adjustments are being made. But oh my goodness, right now, EyeGameUWatch standing his ground, staying in the pocket a little bit, moving and grooving, slick daddy. But man, Losooo getting the better of these exchanges, in my opinion.
I think so too. Really, EyeGameUWatch has been trying to lead him into traps, and he's been successful a couple times.
Ooh,
but
jab.
when those traps aren't working so well, he's slower for sure than Losoo's Roy Jones. So, but good shot there though. I mean, EyeGameUWatch has a well-rounded toolkit. Don't let me get it twisted. He's not just hunting for counters the whole time, but going up against that raw speed of Losooo is tough.
It is, and that was a nice exchange there, and more major footwork, major movements. Bam, left hook connects on Roy Jones, looking for that right hook for the jab. Yeah. Welcome to the Losooo Legion. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Make sure you're following ESFL too if you're watching this. Come over to ESFL. Give us a sub. Give us a sub right now. No.
Yeah.
All right. I think he's going in, possibly fixing those settings. Do appreciate that. I know you're on the main event. A lot of things going through your mind. Forgot to take off the stream overlay. So, still get a demerit since it's the second time this season, Losooo. But
man, he is demeriting this. That's how many demerits this fight does he get?
Well, this is his second of the season.
All right.
And this, I don't know. I'll have to come up with an
live demerits,
punishment.
baby. We're getting live follows, live bits, live demerits. This main event is absolutely pandemonium.
There we go, man. Hey, it's par for the course today. We're having some fun. It's a mid-season, midsummer card. We're making it happen. We're getting some action. What can I say? Not the most professional broadcast today on my end, but I know, Rob, you're kicking ass. So thank you for being my anchor, buddy.
Come on, baby. You killing it. We both killing it. The athletes are killing it. This event is fire.
Good.
Fire,
That's
baby.
what I'm talking about. Now, can EyeGameUWatch get that momentum back, or really seize the momentum? I feel like he hasn't had the momentum, even though allegedly it's a pretty close fight. He's not willing to step forward too much here, though. Maybe he's staying the course. Maybe he's not too concerned, but he's not charging forward. He's still kind of looking for some of those counters more, it looks like.
Right. Jab covered out. There's the left hook. And still, EyeGameUWatch employing the strategy of complete and total movement all over the place. There's the the jab. Yep, good shot by Mr. EyeGameUWatch. He needs to find more of those. Oh, there's a nice little left hand. Now EyeGameUWatch is starting to turn up.
He is. And they're both orthodox. No, actually, they were both opposite stances, and then they both switched almost immediately. So there is that kind of undercurrent of a mind game of, hey, I'm southpaw, hey, I'm orthodox, and they just keep going back and forth, throwing off those angles. you don't want to get too caught up in that, of course, but these guys are such high-level fighters. They can do multiple things at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. They're multi-dimensional, ambidextrous out there. And wow, EyeGameUWatch, his movement is just, there's so much of it. He goes right, he goes left, he goes back. It's very hard to, figure out how to contain this man. But Losooo doing a good job. But a great round for EyeGameUWatch. It's so hard to score because both guys are moving and grooving and letting it, fly and not a lot of offense, but a couple good shots that round.
Losoo's being really disciplined, not, as I've said before, not falling for the traps, but also like, okay, you move 2 or 3 times, fine. I'm not falling for the trap. I'm not falling for the trap. Bam, bam, and that's where he gets the 3-4 punch combos. So that's a razor thin margin to operate on, though. Like you need some activity. You don't want to get caught in a trap. How are you going to do that? That's tough enough against a regular dude on ranked. You're going against EyeGameUWatch, who has not lost a match in the ESFL. He has 1 draw, but he's got 3 wins and a knockout as well. So Losooo is riding that wave, and he's able to. So far, it looks like he's right on the perfect spot. He's using a little bit of aggression, but he's super disciplined too.
Right on the cusp of a dub, 9-10 or 56-57. This fight is so close here. There's that straight punch, that backup straight punch, which I absolutely hate in this game. Ooh, here comes EyeGameUWatch. A random little flurry there. That's what he needs.
We do have rules against excessive step back punches as well as body uppercuts. It's up to the opponent to file an appeal. And yeah, you can throw it a few times, I suppose. Sometimes
he's not
people throw it on
overthrowing it.
accident. Exactly. Sometimes I throw it on accident. I look like an idiot. I'm like, I
Yeah.
swear I didn't mean to. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on that for sure. But it is a broken mechanic. I absolutely agree, Rob. There's a reason you don't like it, because it's broken. You got a good eye for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Look at that jab. Body shot. Now he's starting to use some movement. He's turning up. Losoo's starting to let these hands go. He's starting to use the same movement as EyeGameUWatch, and he is connecting with some great hooks with Roy Jones Jr., his specialty.
He is. Good work there by EyeGameUWatch, having him overextend and body shot. Ooh.
He's turning it up, isn't he?
He is, but Losoo's just able to, when EyeGameUWatch lands 2 shots, Losooo lands 3. EyeGameUWatch lands 3 shots, Losooo lands 4. So he's just a little bit ahead on all these exchanges, it seems.
Yeah, and he's starting to let his hands go as Losooo a little bit more as these rounds progress. In these later rounds, he's opting to have more volume, not like these guys had the volume up on their match. So where's the crowd? I need some hype, Boiler. I need a demerit.
Double demerit, double the fun.
Is that you hawking up a loogie or the crowd?
That was the roar. maybe not that great.
Let's go,
man,
baby.
Big shots here, though. They're throwing it. Losooo went all the way down to 0 stamina with a few seconds. Knew he needed to get a couple extra strikes in there. I wish we could see EyeGameUWatch's health and stamina. I presume his health is lower. Maybe his stamina is about the same. Hard to say. I still think Losoo's in the driver's seat, but EyeGameUWatch is not out of the fight right now, I don't think either.
Definitely not. It's super close. Super hard to tell who is going to get this victory. What are the judges looking at? They're writing on their notepads. They're trying to figure it out. But we are in round number 8. We only have 3 rounds left in this fight. So we'll see if any of these guys... I think we're in a situation where both guys feel like they're possibly winning. So we'll see.
Very possible. Man, EyeGameUWatch is just going to be livid if he loses by 1 point due to that unintentional knee, or what we presume was an unintentional knee. So, yeah. Anyway, I think whoever wins 2 of the next 3 rounds, likely to win. I'm going to say it that way. So let's see who can win 2 out of 3 right now in this main event. Finish out the 5th week of the Undisputed season.
Dang, that movement is crazy. Like, how much energy would it take to step like that in real life? Like, step in, step out, step left, step back. It's crazy. And then he just teed off with like a 1-2 lead hook. That's insane.
Bam, bam, bam. Well, I don't know about you, but, you go hit the power bag, or you go do some shadow boxing. Yeah, you can get your heart rate elevated, but it's a totally different thing when you're sparring someone. I have not trained that much at all, trust me. But back in the day, did a few sparring sessions. After like 3 rounds, you're dead. You're so tired. So it's so much more difficult, and a lot of it is the defensive movement and head
Look at
moving
that.
your head and all that. So that does take a lot of energy, but he's making them whiff, dude. EyeGameUWatch defense is up to another level right now.
Yeah, the way he utilizes that movement is so good. You know, he comes in, he comes out, he's all over the place, and then he tees off, and it's definitely hard to deal with, man. It's like, where's my target? But Losooo doing a good job staying patient, letting the movement play out, and then when he's stationary, throwing like a jab, throwing a punch, and you know, connecting.
He knows when he's, especially on those double bob and weaves there, Losooo knows that he's not under threat. Because if your opponent's bobbing and weaving multiple times, he's not throwing punches. Now, if you miss with a punch, that counter will get you. But otherwise, you can just let your opponent go back and forth a few times, be like, what are you doing, buddy? Just standing there doing some weird stuff. So I feel like Losooo is kind of like, hey, nice head movement. Once you're done moving, then I'll punch you in the face. And he's kind of affecting now. On the other hand, EyeGameUWatch, I think his defense has become tighter in the last couple of rounds. He looks like, I still think Losoo's in the driver's seat and winning, but who knows? Judges are crazy. And we're here in round 9. Rob, take us through this action, buddy.
I'm just waiting for Easter because there's a basket in the middle of the ring because my man EyeGameUWatch is weaving all over this place, baby.
Underwater basket weaving.
That's a good skill.
Hey, man. Some people got certain things they're good at in life, and we need those baskets. We need that weave. Kawasaki is a master of the weave from what we're seeing. There's a little bit by Losooo. He was able to get a little bit off. He's throwing a lot more volume. Losoo's like, look, I think I'm up on the scorecards, especially with that knee early on, but I'm not going to let this slip. I need to win these next 2 rounds, and even if that puts me at a little bit more danger. I think that's what's going through Losoo's head right now.
Ooh, sneaky left there. Ooh, kind of bouncing
beautiful.
around, moving in group. My goodness, movement is crazy.
One thing I really do like about EyeGameUWatch is when he does connect with some counters. Ooh, good body shot. EyeGameUWatch does go upstairs and downstairs off of the head, off the movement. Man, they're both starting to really catch each other here, especially to the body. They're digging hard.
They're digging very hard to the body. Both guys landing. There's the jab, 1-2. Body shot just misses for EyeGameUWatch. Here comes Mr. Losooo trying to find something. Straight punch and out of the way. Ole, ole, ole.
All right, buddy. 30 seconds left. 9th round. It really could be anybody's fight right now. So, big shot. If Losooo can get another, Losooo just stole the round for sure. I think right there, man. 2 big counter shots. EyeGameUWatch ain't giving up though, but I just think the volume of Losooo might be enough. Right there, he just landed 3. Damn, close fight, close rounds. Again, I still think Losoo's a little bit ahead, but I might be ass backwards for all I know.
Woo! The final round. I'm just waiting for someone to throw a head kick. I want Roy to throw a head kick. Is that illegal?
Francis Ngannou throw a head kick at Tyson Fury, knock him out. That'd be pretty insane. Huh?
Look at the scoreboard. 85-85 is on the line here in the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you have winning this? Is it EyeGameUWatch on the left, or is it Losooo?
I don't even know. Type 1 in the chat if you think EyeGameUWatch has got this. Type 2 if you think Losoo's got this. Let's see. 1 for EyeGameUWatch, 2 for Losooo. Main event, week 5. Who's gonna remain without a loss on their record all the way through week 5? I guess we'll find out shortly.
We are gonna find out in about 2 minutes, and they are still employing pretty much the same strategies. Now, EyeGameUWatch having to deal with the footwork of Losooo, but Losooo been pretty stationary, throwing his shots. Body shot, left hook. This is big, a big round, maybe the biggest round in both of these guys' careers so far in the Esports Fight League. Oh, good shots by Losooo. Connects with the straight and the jab. He's moving away.
Woo-hoo-hoo. A lot of respect for EyeGameUWatch. I felt like the momentum was going against him, and he's been able to put himself right back into contention, man. And I know I've been kind of saying Losoo's winning, or I feel like he's a little bit more ahead, but I don't know. I could totally be wrong there. EyeGameUWatch is looking pretty good in this round, looking better.
100%. He's moving a lot. Step backs are going to be hard to deal with. This has just been a tough fight, frustrating fight for both of these guys, I'm sure.
Definitely.
When you're facing someone so even and you can't really get a huge advantage, it's a dogfight in there. Oh, right hand lands on the way out. Body shot for EyeGameUWatch. 30 seconds left. The stamina dwindling on Roy Jones Jr.
30 seconds. Who can win the last few exchanges, potentially steal this round, steal the fight?
Jabbing.
Ooh.
Right
Anyone going
hand.
for that final flurry.
Oh, body shots, left hook. And who is going to win this, ladies and gentlemen?
That's it. That's it. Good fight, man. Top level contender. The win. There it is, buddy. Losooo 5-0. Let's look at these scorecards. Could it have been that phantom knee that cost everything? Let's just presume that cost 1 point for EyeGameUWatch, and he would have lost that round anyway. Let's presume. Maybe it wasn't true. It made all the difference. It made all the difference.
It did.
Holy cow. Unbelievable. What a fight. Big respect to both these guys. EyeGameUWatch came out blazing. Roy Jones Jr. also. Man, so fun, Rob. You agree with that decision right there?
Oh, yo, it was I don't know. That was a hard fight to judge, you know, very tough. A lot of movement on EyeGameUWatch, but the patience from Losooo to have the wherewithal to kind of wait till his target was a stationary and then pick when, you know, choose when and where he decides to throw the punches. He landed a lot. But both guys looked really, really good out there. Definitely a situation where both guys really wanted it, really were sweating. And man, that just shows right there. EyeGameUWatch kind of laid out the format to how you can really utilize that diagonal movement, and that could be a problem because it looked a little cheesy out there, to be honest. Like, not too bad, but like, how do you deal with someone moving and grooving that much? But Losooo did get the win, so you can deal with it. But that's just something that everybody can like draw notes from it and maybe utilize in their game is in, out, back. So a great event through and through though.
Oh man,
Willer.
a lot of different cool matchups, both in the terms of the fighters actually selected as well as the competitors. Some very close matches, some good fireworks, a lot of different styles, man. So we were all over the place tonight, but in a good way, I think.
For sure. So many fantastic fights, and you're gonna have to tell everybody right now, my man, who is the main event, or excuse me, the fight of the night. It's got to be Pryoxis, right? It's got to be.
I think I'm going with Pry, right? I think Pry and UncleTalent. I mean,
yeah, I would agree.
I'm voting for. If you agree, that's it. Congrats to them, man. They had a hell of a battle in the co-main, set the stage to finish the night strong. So yeah, congrats to those two guys. $10 each and some points as well, all around, dude. Yeah, I guess that concludes week 5, man. It was a hell of a time. I was so blessed to be able to get in here with the commentary booth with Bruce Lee. Rob, you got any final comments or thoughts on the night tonight and maybe the rest of the season? And also, of course, where can people find you?
We got the top 8 coming up soon. The top 8 tournament to crown the champ. Don't miss out. You can find me, Bruce Lee Rob, on Twitch. And man, I mean, just what an event. Everybody put on a very entertaining show. EyeGameUWatch finally gets an L. Losooo finally the one to defeat the Swag Daddy. And man, I mean, just another good event in the books. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we will see you next time here on Esports Fight League Undisputed.
Absolutely. And we'll be back next week, of course, for week 6. But let me tell you what, the finale, put it in your books right now. Sunday, August 13th. Sunday, August 13th will be the grand finale. The 8 best will have a single elimination tournament based on their seedings of the regular season and 12 round fights, not 10, 12. That can make all the difference. So, Rob, it was so fun, man. Thanks so much for being in the booth with me, dude. And yeah, everyone go check out Rob. And you can find me, Boiler569, on Twitch and Twitter as well. We're out of here. Catch you guys next week.